Detroit Auto Parts is the official parts store of Redline Radio and home of our original studio. Now the home of Talking About Balls, the best show at Redline Radio. They have two convenient locations. East side, call 216-531-7373, or on the west side, 216-398-7373. Mention Redline Radio and receive 10% off of your purchase.
Growing Wings Adult Services is the official sponsor of the old home for Talking About Balls, state-of-the-art Studio 2. Growing Wings Adult Services has over 7 years of experience with taking care of adults with disabilities. For more information, give Lisa a call today at 234-334-7547.
Voted #1 remote guest by all of America at Dynatech. Talking About Balls. We're here to tell you that Dynatech is the best. As testified by many satisfied customers, their diamond saw blades are the fastest cutting and longest lasting. Customer satisfaction is how they measure success. Their engineers are always available to help you troubleshoot and solve a problem on your job site. Dynatech is the only saw blade company recommended by the pavement marking manufacturing industry. Located in Elyria, Ohio, Dynatech is committed to being the top diamond saw blade company around the world. Their products include saw blades, abrasive blades, pavement marking blades, core drill rigs, core drill bits, high-speed gas saws, masonry saws, walk-behind saws, tile saws, other construction equipment. They stand behind their products with a warranty and customer service that keeps their customers satisfied and earns us the ranking of best in the industry. Dynatech. Contact Dynatech today, 161 Reeser Court, Elyria, 44035, or call 1-800-446-9001, or visit their website, dynatech.com.
Do you like NASCAR? Do you like collecting NASCAR items?
No.
Give Pit Road Diecast a call today if you want to go and purchase those awesome looking cars to add to your collection. They specialize in all the current and past, living and dead, NASCAR diecast and or model car kits. For all of your diecast needs, call 216-355-2347, mention Redline Radio, and receive 10% off your first in-store purchase.
If you want to remember the good old days where you had internet to do your radio show, throw it on a t-shirt. Call Incredible Keepsakes. T-shirts, cups, binders, keychains, you name it, Incredible Keepsakes can make it and customize it for you. The official merchandise provider for Redline Radio LLC and all the show hosts. Call 440-242-9648 or go to their website, www.incrediblekeepsakes.com. As Diane would say, cherished moments are made to last forever.
Are you remodeling your bathroom, kitchen, need new windows?
Need a new desk for two show hosts?
I was just going to say that,
sorry.
but I'm so glad you beat me to it, because you know what? Wiggins Construction Home Improvement does everything you need them to do. Residential and or commercial. Give Will a call today, 440-731-7654. And of course, tell him that Team Redline sent you.
I talk a lot of smack here at Redline Radio, and you know what I'm not worried about? Getting some bad juju. That's karma. But you know what is great juju? The band Bad Juju. They're the official band of Redline Radio, covering all your favorites from the 80s and 90s. To book Bad Juju, call Chad Moon at 440-458-0209.
I'm going to jump ahead to this one because I love Ohio Wheelman Series. They race cars. They're quick. They're fast. I haven't watched them yet, but I did see a video last year when Dave was showing it on Facebook, and they look pretty fun. Premier Stock Car Racing Series in Northeast Ohio, Michigan, and Indiana. Redline Radio is a proud sponsor of the Wheelman Series. Remember, we are still looking for 2024 sponsors. No better way to get your company logo on some of the fastest cars in the state. Not to mention, local racers are some of the most loyal people when it comes to supporting our sponsors.
If you're throwing some old rickety chairs out the window and one of them happens to hit the sidewalk and you put a crack in it, call ACS, Affordable Concrete Solutions, LLC, to come by and check it out. Call today, 440-714-1987, or give them an email, affordableconcretesolutions.llc@gmail.com.
Is your car broken down? Can you not start it? Is it not running? Do you have a tire that's flat? Give Tuffy Auto Care a call today. It's more than just a slogan. At Tuffy, we stand behind our work and promise it'll be done right. Period. Or guess what? They're going to fix it for free. Tuffy is located at 649 Leona Street in Elyria, Ohio.
If you're looking to put on a Bob Marley album and not get arrested for the things you're doing while you're listening to it, you're going to want to go to Puff and Roll Vape and Smoke Shop. All legal all the time. Your one-stop shop for vaping, CBD, and Kratom in Elyria, Ohio. Your favorite local smoke shop located at 464 North Abbey Road. Contact them today at 440-444-4443, not 420. Ask for Dave or Dan when you mention Redline. You get 10% off your purchase.
It's going to be getting cold here shortly. We're coming off a very hot summer, but is your AC not currently working? Are you afraid your heat's not going to work when the weather turns cold? And I'm going to power through that one because that's what we do here. Give Sensible Solutions HVAC Services a call today, specializing in service, maintenance, repair, and installation. 440-985-8387.
That wasn't because Kyle couldn't read. It was because he was cold. He was shivering. So he's going to have to call and get his HVAC serviced. All Pro Freight Systems, large order freight shipping located in Northeast Ohio. One call hauls it all. All Pro Freight System located at 1200 Chester Industrial Parkway in Avon, Ohio. Ask for Matt, 440-933-2222. They can haul away your old chairs if you want to get rid of them. If you're interested in advertising with the station, get a hold of Dave at 440-503-0828. For all of our programming information, you can go to www.redlineradiolllc.com. Check out Redline Radio LLC on social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Want to take Redline Radio on the go? Download the Redline Radio LLC app at the Google Play Store. This week, we recap the Browns and Ravens.
There's an emo character that's showed up in Miami right now.
And free Trevor Bauer today on The Rookie.
This is for you. Talking about balls.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talking About Balls. I am Justin George, joined as always by Kyle Price and Tim Buck too. How are you guys doing?
Good, man. It's good to see everybody together as a family.
Been a
again,
while.
A familia.
Been a long
so
time.
happy to have y'all back.
So happy together.
I've been in the studio too much in the last week, so
Yeah, you're like
I'm a regular,
you're like an all-star.
and I'll
over
be
here.
back again on this coming Sunday.
Oh, we'll both be here.
Spoiler alert: we are guests on Steel City running late. Hopefully, they're running on time because
Our contract negotiations finally were cleared. There was one hanging clause that we had to wait to figure out, but now we figured it out.
I already told Dave if they're not starting by what time is their show? 10? Oh, that sucks. If they don't start at 10, it has permission to start with me, and I will be the new show host moving forward. And if you want to watch a good Steelers show, it would be with me as the host. That's all I can say about that.
Zero chance we start on time. Zero.
No, I don't know. I think
we're
I
in
will.
good hands. You're not the producer for that, are you?
I'm not.
Okay. Dave says he's got it covered.
Yes.
Do we know what that means?
It's him?
Okay.
It means
So he'll be on time.
Record.
I have never been a part of a Dave produced show.
Never.
I'm kind of excited for that, actually.
Interesting.
Well, to my knowledge, it's him.
Okay. And I assume Chipper will be in studio, right? Because if Chipper tries that call-in bullshit, I'm calling him out right now. Chipper, I know you're bowling right now. You got your 50 and over league or whatever you do, but I want you to be here Sunday morning. Is it 50, 60 and over? Shit, sorry.
I don't know. He's
I
like
lowballed him.
55.
Is he really? Well, he is aged like a banana. He does not look good for.
Is it like a banana with the spots on it? Like it's turning black?
Yeah, like it doesn't last long, and it's
okay.
aged poorly, and it's mushy, and it's ready to be thrown away.
Old man mushy bananas.
Yeah, poor Chipper.
He's pilling.
Hey, more power to him though. He's out there bowling. I'm sure he's got the bumpers up. You know, they do that for
He's a
senior league.
He's a pretty good bowler though. I'll give him credit where credit's due. He's a good bowler.
Is he really?
Yeah, it's actually carries like a 2-something average.
Well, then again, he was around when it was invented, so of course he's good at it.
Yeah, the original Fred Flintstone bowling
He's
ball.
had a lot of time to practice.
Yabba down the lane.
But yeah, we will be on Steel City running Renegades. I'll give it the right name now, just to
Is
be
our
nice.
mics going in and out? Do you notice that?
I can't really
I think
tell.
that's the headphone.
Okay.
Oh.
Headphones.
Blame the headphones.
All right, Dave, we're being nice about it. Let's step the headphone game up a little bit if we're having issues.
My bad, Dave. I wasn't trying to throw you under the bus.
I'm just kidding.
Totally did.
I know I'll get a message tomorrow. Like, hey, don't talk about the headphones. I got no snare in my headphones. But anyway, we will be on Steel City Renegades on Sunday morning from 10 to noon. Kyle and I, check us out. We will be there.
It's going to be very interesting topics, I'm sure, about how both our teams just came off a horrible
Well,
fucking loss.
one thing I noticed about their show after watching on Sunday, which I watch their show regularly. At least I try to. I was cooking breakfast and all
I
that
give
on
it
Sunday.
the old college try, 15 minutes in and out.
I'm on for a little bit more than that. But eventually I'm like, all right, I got to start getting ready for Sunday football.
Sure,
Like, I want to watch shit and I got to get my house prepped. And, you know, if I got to get stuff done before the game's at 1:00, I got to do it. But I was watching and I find it strange that they turn everything into Cleveland. Every fucking topic they talk
We
about
are very
turns into Cleveland.
popular topic with them.
They literally on Sunday were going over, this is ironic at this point. First off, they were talking about how the Steelers were going to beat the Texans and then they were going to be first place in the division and like things like that.
By the way, thanks Texans.
And
Double
that
down,
didn't go well for them. And then they were going over, albeit it was week 4. We
Yeah.
had only played 3 games before Sunday. And they were talking about how Kenny Pickett was statistically best quarterback in the AFC North, better than Deshaun Watson, and they
There's
were like,
no possible.
they were
Did-
really trying
Did
to
someone
like.
really look up the stats? For
Oh
the
yeah,
first
they were
3
going
games of
over
the
how
season?
Kenny Pickett's better than Joe Burrow, how Kenny Pickett's better than Deshaun Watson.
I'm pretty sure Timbuktu is better than Joe Burrow this year, and he hasn't stepped in the field yet. this
And
year.
they also were like really hardcore defending Kenny Pickett of like, well, we don't know what he is yet. You know, we're still trying to learn and figure this out. But of course, it's Matt
He is what
Canada's
we
fault.
thought.
It's
thought they
always
were.
Matt
He
Canada's
is who
fault.
we thought he was. Correct. I like that.
And we
assessment.
let him off the hook. I love that. R.I.P. Dennis Green. But yeah, everything they talk about, it turns into Cleveland. Like they talk about Kenny Pickett. They're like, you know, Kenny Pickett struggles. Our offense isn't that great. You know, he's only in his second year. First year as a full-time starter, but he's better than the guy making $230 million. They just have to talk about Deshaun Watson and his money. It just bothers
so
them
this
so
makes
much.
sense now because I saw the chat log, like the messages on
Oh,
there.
and my friend of show, Steve Baylog, he went in there. He was texting me on the side. He's like, I'm sitting in the Nashville airport waiting to fly home. He's like, I got nothing but time. I'm going to troll their show. And he would just put a bunch of comments and it would get everybody all fucking riled up. And Dave's like, who's Steve Baylog? What's he talking about in the comments? It was fucking good. It was really
I saw
funny.
your comment. It said
People watch your show, Dave.
people should
Yeah, you're
worry,
welcome, Dave.
worry more about their own bank account than someone else's.
Yeah, that's my biggest gripe is it's the people that are constantly going, well, Deshaun Watson makes $230 million. He should be doing this and doing that. And I said, guys, do you realize that there are other quarterbacks making $200+ million? Lamar Jackson is, Justin Herbert is, who's never even won a playoff game in his life. Joe Burrow, I said him, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes. All these quarterbacks are getting fucking bankrolls
Yeah.
because
And every year
quarterbacks get
and
paid.
every year it goes on, another quarterback's going to get a bigger paycheck. and a bigger
1,000%.
paycheck. The Browns were first to the game with the guaranteed contracts, right?
Yeah.
It kind of fucked a lot of teams. We know that Joey Burrow got paid a lot of money, a lot of it guaranteed. That's because of Deshaun Watson.
And we
Lamar
had
Jackson
to do
did
it
too. Well, of course we did. Yeah.
because the Browns, this is the other thing that fans don't want to, like football fans in general, don't want to talk about. They don't want to mention how there were multiple teams lining up for Deshaun Watson when he was available.
What, 7 or 8? 8?
At least he
Bunch
narrowed
of
it down to 4.
What?
And then say again.
I was saying, yeah, it was a bunch of them.
Oh.
Yeah, there were a lot of teams. He said no to the Browns, and he was this close to going to, I think it was Carolina or New Orleans. It was one of the teams in the
Atlanta.
South.
I thought it was in Atlanta.
Yeah, maybe it was. It might have been all 3 of the teams, those teams from the NFC South. He was this close to signing with them. And then the Browns called and said, hey, we'll give you $230 million guaranteed. And other teams were like, I don't have that.
Fuck that.
And then Deshaun goes, where do I sign? We had to bid for him because there were so many teams enamored with him. So I'm okay with that. It takes money to get a good quarterback. And that's what I told those guys. I said, good quarterbacks make fucking money. Jalen Hurts just got a huge fucking contract in the offseason. You're paying your quarterbacks. And their biggest thing is, well, you know, you're paying a quarterback. All those quarterbacks I named, by the way,
Yeah.
besides Patrick Mahomes, 0 Super Bowls.
Yeah, none.
So they're all bitching about Deshaun Watson because he doesn't have a Super Bowl with us right now, nor do any of those other quarterbacks
There's
making
Dave
200
right there.
something million.
Our-
Dave, there he is.
I
What's
love
up, Dave?
our BS topic is sports related now, but BS bullshitting about sports during our bullshit topic.
Well, it's because it correlates because we're
I get
talking
it.
about
I
Steel
get it.
City Renegades and bullshit. So here we are. It all just mashes together because
it just merges.
they talk a lot of bullshit on their show. Like when they said that, what they say, the Steelers were going to go like 12-5 or whatever. They had like these crazy expectations for the team.
I mean, as a fan, we have high hopes for the Browns too, so we price some outlandish things as well.
Realistic expectations, though.
I don't forget the year that we called the win the night after our year cornhole tournament, and as a year we got shellacked by the Titans.
In my defense, I shouldn't have been. I
were-
shouldn't have been
He
awake.
said, I said
Wasted.
17-0.
That's right. Sorry, Dave. I didn't mean to sell you guys short.
I like this new Dave. Dave just buys into the troll.
Sarcastic Dave is actually really
Yeah,
fun. I
I
like
like
it a
it.
lot. I'm a big fan of this new Dave.
See, Dave?
I haven't seen Dave in a while, but Dave can actually kind of be funny sometimes.
I've been
like it.
trying
It's
to
nice.
tell you, Dave.
I like it.
Usually, he's got a big old stick up his ass, but he's
Sometimes-
loosening up.
Sometimes you just
Loose
gotta
up.
jump on the train.
He's getting loose. I like it. But no, we can bullshit about your guys' week. I was just going over like we're going to be on Steel City. I was on Loud and Local with Jeff and Lisa and Tim on Sunday night. That was a great time. Queen Elizabeth came in and brought the house down with her rendition of I don't know the name of that song. And
I like loose.
hell yeah, you do.
loose women,
Loose butthole.
loose buttholes, loose buttholes. Sorry, loose
That's from
buttholes.
Workaholics, by the way. I'm not claiming anybody has a loose butthole. It's just one of my favorite shows.
I love that you have to like reference your.
Well, because I said loose butthole, I don't want David to be like, I don't have a loose butthole, like get all defensive. So I had to preface with, they say that on the show. If something sucks, they say loose butthole. If something's awesome, they say tight butthole. That's very awesome. And I love Workaholics for that.
Just Breathe was the song she did.
That's right, Just Breathe. And Lisa and Jeff were very wrong. By the way, it was not Taylor Swift who sang that. They told me it was. I looked
I
it
didn't
up.
think it was Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. Never heard of the girl. I actually Googled it today because it was bothering me. And not Taylor Swift. Never heard of her, but it was not Taylor Swift.
And that's
Unless she did a cover of it. I don't
I missed
know.
that part of the show, I guess. That
The girl Elizabeth that they had on the show,
She
she sang a whole acapella song.
was
And
it
I
good?
kind of sat. It was very good.
Okay.
I sat there and I'm like, all right, I'm waiting for I'm used to like American Idol or something. Like you cut it short. It's like 45 seconds, maybe, whatever.
She sang the whole thing.
Start to finish. I was like, damn, dude, she's got pipes. She's
Were you
got
right now like a
stamina.
scorecard to slowly like raise?
No,
the
I was like
scorecard?
listening. I'm like, my hands were getting up. I'm like, all right, it's time to clap. She's about to end it. Nope, we got another hook. I'm like, all right, here we go. And then she's like, hang on, let me take a breath and go. And
You're
I'm
like
like,
that
all right,
guy
let's
that's
fucking
like
go,
the slow
dude.
clap. You don't want to be the first guy, but kind of want to be the first.
But
guy.
I got big hands. I got a pretty loud clap. So I was like, I want everyone to hear this, but I didn't know when it was going to end. She did a really good job, though. Honestly, kudos to her. Took fucking moxie. She sang start to finish a cappella. Literally, not a pin drop could be heard.
I'll have to go back
just
and
her
I have to go
singing.
back and watch it because I missed
And-
that part of it.
I wouldn't do that. Like I thought about that as a punishment for us. Is like one episode the loser has to sing everything they say. I thought that would be kind of funny. But I'm like, that would suck. Like I don't want to sing. That's really fucking
So
embarrassing.
if I could get through a show, if I had to sing everything I had to talk about,
At least like
and
a
you talk a lot, so I
It
don't
looks
think you
like I'm
could
the
sing.
one
I
singing.
would lose my voice. Like I would have to call up like I would need he's probably dead by now, but whoever was Elvis's like vocal trainer, I would need that because I need to put on like a 2-hour performance. I'm like fucking Cher in Las Vegas doing a residency.
You walk in, you don't
Babe.
talk. You have like the tea. You're just making sure your throat, your vocal cords. are
I
good to
got
go.
you,
I
babe.
have like a warm towel around my neck. You guys are like, "What's up, JG?" I'm like, "Shh, don't talk to the talent. I have to rest my
Don't
voice.
talk, don't talk to the talent.
Don't fucking look at the talent either." No, but hey,
Ebony.
Ebony, what's up? Tell your husband we said hello. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say his name. I don't know what the
I
rules
say
are
his
anymore.
name. What up, great?
Great. I'll always say grape. I was just busting balls.
I know.
You know I will.
Tell the purple man we said what's up.
Yes. Purple, the big purple one.
The big purple one.
The purple people eater.
That's a great movie. If you haven't seen it,
It is
go
a
back
really
and
good
watch
movie,
it.
actually.
Classic.
But yeah, so I was on that show with Jeff and Lisa on Sunday night. It was very fun, different. Got to listen to a lot of bands that I literally would never heard of before. And if I don't hear them again, I'm not gonna lie. No harm, no foul. That's just me personally. I've got very specific taste. Jeff does work for Front Street Social. They're doing a very cool thing. I'll plug them a little bit. They're doing Nightmare on Front Street. They're decking the place
I
out
did
with
see the pictures.
decorations.
I did see the pictures.
They're doing like a what is it? CCTV.
CCTV,
They're
yeah.
doing a CCTV
closed circuit
footage.
camera.
of like murders and stuff in the building. They like have that all up there, so they're going to show that throughout. And also, side note, I probably should have mentioned this when I was with Jeff, but I would love to do a live show
Purple Rain is a great
from
song.
Purple Rain. That's a great movie. I like to watch that. Have a big glass of grape soda, bowl of grapes.
Grape soda and grapes. That's like a double down.
It is, and then I'll make Tara in the kitchen while she's making grape Kool-Aid. You know how it is, grape everything.
Oh yeah.
Have grape jelly on your peanut butter.
Grape jelly. I don't even want peanut butter. Just give me the grape jelly. That's all I want. Just a
Oh, I
grape
like-
sandwich.
No
Purple
peanut butter.
monkey.
No peanut butter with the grape jelly. Just
No,
straight up.
I'm scooping the peanut butter out with or the grape jelly out with a spoon. Actually, I'm just doing that.
I
Pure-
love jelly, but I
pure
can't eat
sugar.
it. I can't eat it straight.
I've never tried. Maybe we could.
Mm.
But yeah, I want to. I want to do. I would love to do a live show from Front Street Social. They have a
I
nice
would
little
too.
stage. I
I
would really
would
like to
too.
do that. I should have talked to Jeff about that. Maybe I will reach out. See how that goes. Now that he works there, I mean, I'm sure he's got connections.
Maybe
We
at
might
the
just the only issue we might have to do a different night of the week because I think their Wednesdays is some like bullshit like open mic thing.
we could go up there and sing our entire show for open mic night.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Challenge accepted.
Or I could go up there and say, hey guys, I bet you have a lot more, you make a lot more money if you let us do a show one night than you would with open mic, where a lot of guys probably
That's-
just get waters.
That's a prime location. We probably could fill that house.
I think we would absolutely fill that place up.
It's
I know
a-
a lot of people that live in the
It's
Berea
a safe
location.
neighborhood
Not gonna
too.
lie, they have a lot of people there for
Probably not spending money though, Tim. I've been to plenty of open mics. You know, you do too. You go to open mic comedy. Those motherfuckers aren't buying anything. They're like, hey, can I get 2 waters, please, by chance? And then they don't even tip.
Oh, double fist in the waters.
Yeah, oh yeah, because you get thirsty.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to go
Yeah,
up
you
twice.
don't have to get up twice to get into the
Because if
the
you give them
glass.
$1 for a tip, you're like, give me 2 waters because I'm not tipping you twice for water.
Right.
So
You
they're
gotta save
cheap.
money.
People are cheap.
Those are cheap people who just get 2 waters and don't tip $1. I like that. How do you open a mic? Well, you just take the top off.
What? Right. Hey,
I think you probably would need a screwdriver, if I'm being honest.
I mean,
the
these
B side has like a water jug on the side with cups.
Because they know there's people that come up, they're like, listen, I'm not wasting my fucking bartender's time to get you water when there's paying customers.
Right.
100%, dude. I've seen it.
They prepared for cheap asses. I appreciate that. I mean, I like that.
Yeah, they're prepared. They know what's going on with those shows.
Bestseller. Do I need an
Hi,
Apple
sir. How are you?
Podcast?
Do you need an Apple Podcast promotion? No, I'm good. We're already on Apple Podcast. Thank you, though.
Yes, appreciate it.
What are we selling? Bestseller?
Well, I was gonna promote my feet picks tonight, if that's okay with you.
By the way, we talked about wine. Oh yeah, I skipped that. Grape wine, grape Kool-Aid, grapes in general. Probably, I'd love to hang out with Grape and watch him and watch Purple Rain. Are there any movies about grapes?
Hey,
I
hold
don't
on.
know.
So hang out with Grape while watching Purple Rain, drinking grape juice, eating grapes, I like
grape.
this.
I mean, wine. I would rather drink wine than grape juice.
Are you
if I'm
gonna
being
wear
honest.
grape colored clothing too?
No, I'm gonna buy a grape Halloween costume. I will just literally be a grape,
Nice.
not like.
We should all be.
What's up,
fruit,
Robert?
And then we could become Fruit of the Loom.
Ooh, I like that idea. I call banana. I want to be a banana. I've always wanted to wear a banana suit.
Is that in the banana? I mean, is that in the Fruit
I'm
of the
sure
Loom?
it is. We'll just pretend. Who
I'm gonna
gives a
go,
shit?
I'm gonna go on a limb.
What are you, the
and say
Fruit of the
that
Loom
the-
police over there, Tim? Is there fucking
I'm
rules
gonna
to
go on a limb and
this?
say that the bestseller is a spam person there.
Yeah, he about to get blocked.
Timsters.
Yeah, bestseller. Let's bring something else. Bestseller. Who's your favorite NFL team? Let's hear about it. Or I'm guessing you're not in the continental United States. So what is your favorite sport?
What's your
I'll just
favorite?
do
What's
that.
your favorite football team? Yes, 33 more days.
Robert,
to Vegas. Robert, I can't wait.
You're getting a tattoo?
Yeah, it's my choosing.
Has he ever had a tattoo before?
Nope.
Oh, look at you, buddy.
He lost a bet to me, like you, that we have to put a tattoo on him.
I'm
now.
working on it. My artist is actually coming up soon, but I can't make the dates that he's coming up. So unfortunately,
Right.
working on it.
You still got to get on stage too.
I got a lot going on. I'm trying. Here I am trying to get to Front Street. I could do open
Tim, you
mic
understand that
comedy.
Your
I could
punishment's gonna
sing.
happen before any of these punishments get cashed.
Yeah,
in.
Tim, I'm not gonna lie. You are not doing great in football
I'm not.
standings. So
I'm not.
we better start brainstorming that punishment because we do not have it yet.
Tim,
Robert, where are you? Where's this tattoo going? Is that your choice?
Yeah,
Also,
I get to choose. I think we have to put it somewhere it's not visible all the time.
he's bald, right?
He is bald.
Oh, not visible. I was gonna say
Yeah,
right
so
on
I
the
was-
head.
I was thinking like right over his nipple.
That's hilarious.
Not visible though. I thought you said he never wears a shirt.
Please check your unbox. At least you didn't say inbox.
I'll check my unbox tomorrow.
I'm going to unbox some items. All right, great man.
Hell yeah, great talking to you, dude. Or not talking to you, I guess, but good seeing you.
Nice
Um,
chit chatting with
Yeah.
you.
Happy to see you're alive and well. That's the best I could say. But yeah, no, I feel like Robert shows his nipple way too much for it to be not noticed.
That's true. This is a guy.
There he is,
A golf
Pat.
outing that ran around naked on a green.
I feel so bad. Pat's been trying to get us all to hang out for a long time, and I've been so fucking busy. Like this weekend too, we're going out for Dan's birthday. Like it never ends.
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
We have Dan. Spoiler alert for next week's bullshit session. We're going out for our friend's birthday dinner on Friday. Saturday, Kyle and I are going with the misses, both of our missuses, to see Anthony Jeselnik downtown. Arguably my favorite comedian.
I can't wait.
And Sunday I'm on Steel City, and then I've got my niece's birthday party. Dave's got a question. Hit it. Not that Dan. This is different. This is Dan.
Wrong, Dan.
Dan the Fed.
Yeah, I don't think you're invited to Dan the Fed, Patrick. Sorry.
What does that mean? Thanks for the invite. He likes to abbreviate that.
TFTI. You're welcome, buddy.
At first I thought it was saying titty because he was like his titty tattoo.
I thought it was Tiffy. But
Yeah, I was like, I don't know where he wants that tattoo at. But yeah, Dave, hit us with that question. Let's go. I'm all ears.
In the meantime, Tim, what'd you do this weekend? Anything good?
so this weekend,
Or past weekend up till now?
I can't even remember what happened this weekend, but I can tell
Must
you
been a
what
good
happened
weekend.
Tuesday. Yeah, right.
What NFL team has never had a 4,000-yard passer?
Are we just gonna set ourselves up for this
Probably
question?
gonna
I
say
mean,
the
that's
Browns.
probably the
Probably
Browns.
the
But again,
Browns.
this starts to remember what I talked about earlier in the show, how these Steeler fans, everything has to go back to the Browns. And all they're obsessed with. You know how many Steeler fun facts I know? None. They can go fuck off. I don't care about the Steelers fun facts.
Can we block him, Tim?
Yeah, he's about to get blocked.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, sorry, bestseller. I'm in the middle of a show. I don't have time for your fucking nonsense. So see ya.
Not the Browns. So it's not the Steelers.
Not
but I
the
assume
Browns.
Roethlisberger had a 4,000.
Yeah,
4,000.
Roethlisberger definitely did.
Lion.
No, Matthew Stafford probably had a 4,000-yard season there. He was pretty good.
Is this including expansion teams?
Yeah, if we're going expansion teams, I would think
Jaguars,
no.
Panthers,
I would say Panthers. No, Jake Delhomme. Maybe the Jags, but
Texans.
I don't know how many. Trevor Lawrence, how many yards he had? I really don't know off the top of my head. I mean, I could just name every
What
team.
about Texans?
Oh yeah, we had Brian Sipe. Didn't he win an MVP? Texans had Matt Schaub for a while. He was pretty good. I would think he went over 4. So I don't know. I mean, we could sit here and name all 32 teams. So I'm going to hope Dave's going to put the answer here in about 4 seconds. I am going to go with the Panthers. I know they had Jake Delhomme. They went to a Super Bowl. Oh no, they had Cam Newton. Did he ever throw for over 4,000? He wasn't that great of a passer.
He had an MVP here.
Yeah, Schaub did suck, but he might have thrown for 4,000 yards. He had Andre Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean, I could fucking throw for at least 2,000 yards with Andre Johnson.
But I could talk about my Tuesday.
What
Right,
day-
right.
Oh yeah, you had
I was on the Michael Collier's.
Oh,
morning
yeah, I
show.
caught that yesterday morning.
How
I
was
couldn't
that?
remember the name. Hell yeah, dude. That was good. I watched it this morning because I turned it on yesterday after I saw you shared it, and I think you were already off.
Yeah. So I was trying to share it during the show. But I was up here. I was gonna do it from the
Yeah,
setup.
I saw the banner behind you.
Yeah, I was gonna do it from the setup, but doing I guess 2 OBSs
Mm-hmm.
messed with the audio, and I didn't have enough time to configure it for StreamYard, so I just whatever I did it from the phone. So because of that, I didn't want to leave out of the phone StreamYard, lose my opportunity,
And try to share the link, and I
Right.
gotcha.
like. So I was just like, look, I'll just record it. So I chilled. I was last, so I was like the headliner. Like,
Oh, you were last?
I was last.
Okay, so I thought you were going on at 10. So by the time I caught it, it was like 10:45, and there were other people. There was
Oh,
some
yeah,
like
I
woman with like a tape measure, and I was like, oh shit. I'm
You
like,
didn't- I wasn't even up yet.
I was like, all right, Tim must have already left.
Nope.
No shit. Okay.
I'll give you a hint. They
The
have
Bears, the
Oh,
Ravens.
it's the Bears. It's 100% the Bears.
The Bears.
Yep, I did. I saw the stat recently. It's the Bears.
The Bears.
Yep, I saw it on like TikTok or something. There was some weird stat. Yep, that makes sense. They have had really shitty quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's true. Because even during the Super Bowl shuffle was McMahon, right?
Yeah, Jim
And he
McMahon,
was
he
not
wasn't
good.
very good. They went to the Super Bowl with fucking wasn't Kyle Orton.
Rex.
No, it was
Rex Grossman, that's right. Yeah, I knew it was some shitty white guy.
Rex,
Um,
yeah.
What's up, Steve?
Yeah, they're just known for their defense. There he is. Steve, what's going on, dude? Welcome back. Had a nice trip to Nashville over the weekend. I forget about the Bears as a football team, if I'm being honest. They've really never been relevant in my lifetime. So it's like,
I mean, I don't know who the Bears are. You know, they sucked, and then last week they come out and fucking shellacked the team.
but they were playing a really shitty Denver Broncos.
I get it,
and then
but
they fucking still lost.
it's like,
How is Matt
right.
Eberflus still
Yeah,
employed?
yeah,
that's what I don't
true.
understand.
True.
Friday, I do remember Friday. Went to You See Me Comedy downtown at forgot the name of the place, Sausalito's.
Okay.
It was dope.
And
Great
you had
show.
Jazzo on your show. I forgot it. What
I
does
did.
she go by?
Envy.
Envy Jazzo.
Yeah, Envy Jazzo.
Oh no, not that one. Never mind. Okay.
I don't know.
What's up?
You talking about
Nothing.
Jackie O, as you was
No,
thinking?
no. I heard the name Jazz something, and I was just thinking of
Oh no.
Okay.
Then
It'd be really hard to get her on the show.
Friday
Why is your screen broke?
Time for my back stretches. See you later.
after the
Is that like code for something?
No, it's Robert fucked his back up pretty bad.
Oh, I thought he was like about to go get bent over or something. Hey, kudos, dude. Hey, I don't judge, dude. Talking about balls does not care.
No judging.
after the comedy show, I went to the Gateway to fall asleep in the parking lot.
On purpose?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I was woken up by some random guy. He was talking about I was just in your car. No, you weren't. What, you tried to tell me I wasn't in here? You clearly wasn't, because my seat is covered with shit. Like, so you wasn't in here. Plus my doors was locked, so I know you wasn't just in here. Like you had to knock on my door. What up? What up? Queen Elizabeth. She's on the show.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
Cheers.
We literally, what's up, Elizabeth? We literally just talked about your awesome performance the other day of Just Breathe. That was fantastic. Kyle's going to go back and watch it. I told everybody to go check it out. Honestly, start to finish, a cappella, so much moxie. I could never do it. I'd be terrified to sing. Terrified.
Saturday did
Hold
the
on, Tim. Did you fell asleep in your car and you said some like homeless guy said I was?
no,
you
he
just,
wasn't homeless.
oh, he just walked up to your car and said I was in your car.
He knocked on the window. He was clearly drunk out his ass.
Sure.
And he's just like, I was just in there. Like he thought I was somebody else. I'm like, you got the wrong person, bro.
Mm,
And
trying to get some of that strange.
I hope not.
It's like you look sexy, motherfucker. Open that door.
So I just drove home. I texted people that was supposed to be meeting me up there. I was like, look, I fell asleep in the parking lot. That lets me know I need to be home.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, that's usually the first telltale sign that you need to get home and get to bed.
Right. Saturday morning, I was on The Men's Health Summit.
How'd that go?
It was pretty good.
What were the
It was pretty good.
topics of the Men's Health Summit?
This
Did you
was
listen to it?
toxic
Yeah.
relationships.
Oh,
Rather it was friendships at work and romantically.
yeah.
I turned it on and I think Dub was like just kind of chilling on like his front porch, just like smoking. It was
Yeah.
pretty funny.
He was chilling. I was the comedic relief for sure.
Yes.
Sunday. Oh fucking know.
We just did Loud and
Yeah,
Local.
we did Loud and Local. That was it.
Sounds like a
And I
chill
went to my mom's.
Okay. Hell yeah.
For the game, and I don't think I want to watch a Browns game for the rest of the year.
You know, that one sucked. That really that I feel like I have PTSD as a Browns fan, and that like gave me flashbacks of like when we like were going 0-16 or 1-15, shit like that. Like that took me back that bad to where like I never once felt we had a fucking chance. When I saw DTR go out there and start like running backwards and fucking tossing the ball out of bounds, I was like, we have no chance. Like there's no fucking way this guy
as a
leads us to
Browns
a
fan,
win.
you're kind of like, yeah, this feels right at home right now. Okay, all right.
No, truthfully, and it's gonna sound morbid, and I don't care because that's who I am. I'm
Who
fucking honest.
Who we killing tonight?
Oh god.
Every time they tackled Lamar Jackson, I was like, "Don't get up, you fucker! Don't get up!" I was just, I wanted to inflict pain on them. I was so fucking mad on Sunday because that's what happens. Like again, I've always told
Lamar's
you guys
about to get hit by a fucking train this week.
when the Browns win, I'm like, okay, business as usual. That's what you're paid to do. You should win. It doesn't like I don't go celebrating. That's just my day. When they lose, oh look out! Even this guy at my work he's a fucking awesome dude. His name's Ablai. He's from Africa. And he's our head of shipping and receiving at my company. And he jokes and he says like, he didn't talk to me at all on Monday of this week. And he talked to me yesterday and he's like, hey, Justin, what's up, man? I'm like, not much, man. He's like, I saw the Browns score on Sunday, so I didn't want to bother you yesterday. I kind of figured you weren't going to be in the best mood because I always tell him that. I'm like, when the Browns lose, I'm like, I'm pissed. It ruins my fucking week. When they win, well, that's fine.
He just knows to leave you alone.
He did. He purposely avoided me all day Monday, and he's like, I saw the score.
Well, I know we're gonna get into talking about it. I just and what that game was, but I just can't.
As soon as they announced DTR was starting, I know a lot of people were trying to get excited on Twitter, and they're like, "Oh, I love this kid's gonna be a fucking stud." I immediately was like, I really regret all the bets I made this morning on the Browns because I did a bunch of same game parlays that were like Amari Cooper 40+ yards catch receiving,
which
like all
would
these
be
things.
easy probably.
If
with
Deshaun
what
Watson
was
were in
playing.
there with a healthy shoulder, then absolutely, that's a no-brainer. That's first half stats. But instead, we got nothing. One of the worst looking offenses you'll ever see. But again,
I hope everybody who has been calling for DTR to be the quarterback over Watson ate some humble pie over the weekend.
no, they didn't because we'll fuck it. We'll talk about it now. Let's just get into it.
All right.
They didn't because Kevin Stefanski kind of misspoke, if you will.
He threw Watson under the bus a little bit, didn't he?
He did, and then Andrew Berry cleared it up today. So if I don't know if you guys,
Is that why he talked today? Because I didn't know the reason why he talked today.
no, he usually talks during the bye week. That's
Does
a
he?
regular thing.
Okay.
It's just happened to work out. So Kevin Stefanski came on yesterday. For those of you that don't know, Deshaun Watson did not practice at all last week. Hardly. Didn't throw the football. Sunday morning, they said he's going to get up. He's going to warm up. He's going to see how he feels, and we're going to go from there as a game time decision. He woke up. He threw a little bit. He couldn't drive the ball like he wanted to. It was uncomfortable. So he said, I'm not going. So DTR played. DTR played terribly. We'll break down the game here shortly. I just want to speak on Watson. And then yesterday, Kevin Stefanski came out and did his Tuesday press conference with the media, and they asked him about that. And he said, well, Deshaun was medically cleared to play, and he knows his body and says he can't go. So he didn't go. But that little, he was medically cleared was a way to let the fans know he could have played.
Yeah.
And I brought this up on Loud and Local because Jeff was actually asking about the game. And I said, how many people out there, the ones that are bitching about Deshaun Watson, have woken up with, a stuffy nose, a little sniffles, cold symptoms, and said, I'm not making it today. Syphilis, you definitely call off work. Anything else, I'm sure people have called off for next to nothing. And they're
absolutely.
I'll first admit it. But all the people that are bitching about Deshaun and they're like, oh, he's a pussy, this and that, he's making so much money. And it's like, dude, you've called off for less. This dude is a quarterback, couldn't throw with his shoulder, which is exactly what happened with Baker. For all you Baker bros out there, in the 2021 season, Baker Mayfield was medically cleared to play football. Clearly, all of us with my eyes were medically cleared to see with vision. His shoulder wasn't right.
No.
And it cost us the season because he kept forcing himself out there to prove how strong he was and how tough he was. And he sucked. And we had a horrible season. Deshaun Watson looked at it and said, if I sit out this 1 week, I have next week to recover also because it's a bye week. And then I can come back and we have the rest of the season. Let's go.
It's like we have shoulder gate all over again, though. It's
This one
insane.
was just handled properly because it goes both ways. When Baker was out there playing 2 years ago, everyone wanted Stefanski fired because they said, why is he letting him out there? Why isn't the coach taking out the quarterback?
Right.
Then the quarterback doesn't play. And now they go, Deshaun's a fucking pussy. He's a bitch. How can
Browns
you,
fans are stupid.
you can't win.
I gotta
You
put it
fucking
back up.
can't win. Yeah, you really
I gotta
can't
put
win.
it back up.
Here's my issue with the whole thing, though, is like I 100% I'm okay with Watson missing this week because we
Yeah.
have a bye week.
Hey,
He's
Did you see Dave's comment? Sorry, I want to touch on that. So he's comparing it to David Njoku. David Njoku did get burned. For me, I saw him in the game. I didn't visibly notice anything.
I forgot about that. I just thought he
Yeah.
said that our tight ends got burned. I'm like, yeah, they probably sucked that day too.
No, their tight end burned us, Mark Andrews. But no, David Njoku had some burns from a bonfire incident in his house. But again,
Put a little more gas on the fire.
that doesn't affect you as a tight end. As a tight end, you need your legs and you need your arms
The
and your
only
hands.
thing they were worried about with him is that was he able to get the helmet on,
Yeah.
comfortably, right?
A quarterback literally cannot throw without a good shoulder. That's the main part of throwing is your shoulder.
True.
So if his shoulder isn't right and he can't throw the ball like he's supposed to, they said he didn't have the what am I looking for? The strength on the pass. He didn't have the drive in his.
Oh,
in
he
his
looked
passing.
like DTR then. Awesome.
He looked worse.
That guy has no arm strength.
And people reviewed all the tape. He should have had 6 interceptions.
Really.
Yeah,
That's good.
they were dropped by Baltimore. Like he should have had 6 INTs.
Here's my issue is I don't have an issue. My problem, I guess it is a problem, is the fact that I'm okay with Watson skipping the game because we have a bye week coming up. We have a bigger game coming up after the bye week. We should have won this game. If we had a competent backup instead of DTR, I'm a little perturbed about trading away Dobbs, even though I know why we did it. If Dobbs played this game or someone of more of a veteran came in and was a backup quarterback for this game, we win this game. The fact that we burnt our defense out within the first quarter and a half and they couldn't do anything after that point, that's why we lost, because we couldn't stay on the field long enough with the fucking football.
I think.
And here's my other question. And then before I get up, Kevin Stefanski, why are we doing fucking 15 million pass plays when you have a rookie quarterback in there? Run the fucking ball more, right? I mean,
So what if it's getting stuffed? It's already getting.
let me play devil's advocate here, because we were averaging like 2 yards a run. They were sniffing it out. We were getting killed in the run game. We couldn't move the ball. And
then why trick pass plays? Why not just do quick in and outs, quick slants or something?
Because
trying to be creative here, like the guy wasn't ready for it.
Those quick passes also weren't working.
I get it,
he
but
threw a lot. He missed everybody.
We were trying to ask him. We were asking him to do too much in the position that he was in.
Yeah, but if you look at it though, we were down by multiple scores for most of that game. You have to throw the ball to try to come back. If we run the ball, you're killing clock. The run game's not working.
Okay,
that's for sure.
And I mean, PJ Walker, I agree with Dave. Like, obviously, we would have liked to have seen that, but DTR is our backup quarterback. He practices our backup.
He just wasn't ready.
PJ Walker is our practice squad quarterback. He probably it wouldn't have gone any better. I don't think PJ Walker's not a good quarterback either. The Josh Dobbs thing, what he's doing in Arizona is crazy because he's never been good anywhere else. So to see this coming is out of nowhere. Also, them letting him go, them letting Jacoby Brissett go. That's actually a really nice thing to do that the Browns did, because if you think about it,
I get it. I get why they did.
We literally traded Dobbs and said, hey, here's your chance to go be a starter somewhere because we respect you so much. Best of luck. Same with Jacoby Brissett. Hey, man, you can go. We're going to let you go try to be the starter in Washington, or, wherever you end up signing, which he signed with Washington to try to be the starter. He might end up starting there soon because Sam Howell's taking more sacks than any quarterback in NFL history. But they let him go because they're like, this is a great guy, great teammate. We want him to go have some success somewhere. We don't want to hold him back and have him be a backup. DTR was a 5th round pick. He's a guy that they didn't want to play this year. You can't stash
you're just
him.
going full devil's advocate right now, aren't you? Okay.
But I mean, it's true though. You can't stash him on your practice squad. We're not going to we don't hold 3 quarterbacks. The Browns never had. So if we put him on our practice squad, some other team would pick him up in a heartbeat.
I just think there could have been something better by the coaching, the play calling at least, that could have protected him a little bit more than put him out there to get his ass smacked around. Basically, I just don't feel some of the plays that were called were necessary. It just seems like they were trying to have him too much. I get it. Watson running that kind of play or running those kind of plays makes sense. That's who Watson is. DTR is not that guy. He got in there, and I think after the first drive or the second drive, Stefanski should have been like, okay, literally you're just in over your head. Let's just try to slow the pace down. Let's try to do things that work for you and not let's continue to run my style offense. I just think we could have adjusted a little bit more.
I think they did try that. If you really watch a lot of the plays after the beginning where we had some big errors, like Elijah Moore running backwards, that's just a boneheaded move.
So
veteran dick sucker.
I mean, I love the fact you guys just keep doing your thing in chat.
Honestly, I hope the Steelers get Kirk Cousins because, like I said a couple of weeks ago, after I watched that quarterback show on Netflix, Kirk Cousins is a fucking nerd. So if he goes to Pittsburgh, that's just another reason for me to shit on him.
Cousins, dude shows up in his Cole's best outfit for the week.
He threw that fucking pick 6 on the goal line last week and then got fucking trucked by that corner. Did you see that? I love that. So I saw a bunch of people tweeting and they were talking shit. They're like, oh, maybe if your quarterback worked on Tuesday, he would have known that the defense was going to do that because he takes every Tuesday off to be a family man and to stretch and do all weird shit. Dude, he's a fucking weirdo.
Sometimes you just have to, you make that much money. You can do what you want to.
Yeah. But back to DTR though, really quick. I think if you really watch it, the game plan was pretty basic. It was just DTR. The offensive line, I'm going to throw them under the bus. They played like shit. Jedrick Wills is really playing terribly right now.
That's a situation that needs fixed.
The O-line was awful. So not only do you have this rookie quarterback who's trying to process everything that's going 1,000 miles an hour, he had no time to do it. So he's panicking. He's already having a stressful day. He's throwing the ball out of bounds, like Jason said there.
Yeah, I don't get that running that.
Because again, he was panicking. It was a really good play. He had good yardage. He was running, just fucking slide. I'm literally watching it going, okay, cool, go down. And then I see the dude chuck the ball and I'm like, what the fuck? And then not only did he throw it out of bounds, it was forward. So we go all the way back to damn near the 50. But then I think we moved the ball a little bit. Then Elijah Moore made us go even further back. And I'm watching it like, what the fuck? Luckily, Dustin Hopkins hit that field goal.
It was only missing the clown music in the background.
Honestly, it felt like that. What was that show? Benny Hill with the Benny Hill music.
The music, yeah.
It was just embarrassing. It was clearly a rookie that was way overmatched. For what it's worth,
you're good with him staying as our backup going for the rest of the season. Then you do think the Browns are going to go out there and try to bring some other veteran in, Matt Ryan's out there. Why not?
No, I wouldn't because truthfully, dude, Deshaun Watson's our quarterback. Without Deshaun Watson, we're not winning games anyway.
You're good with the shoulder thing. You think this is going to be after the bye week? We're back to normal.
I mean, I hope because also if it's not and it gets re-injured and he's hurt for longer, our season's over anyway.
Yeah.
Without Nick Chubb, it doesn't matter who our quarterback is, in my opinion. If Nick Chubb were healthy, Tim's pissed. Tim's storming out right now. We got to walk out, everybody. He's pissed.
He's protesting this fucking show.
No, but if Watson goes down without, again, that's the big thing that hurt us on Sunday. If Nick Chubb would have been able to play, I think that could have helped the game a lot.
Yeah.
Our run game wouldn't have suffered. Our run game was fucking awful on Sunday. We had the offensive line was trash, top to bottom, run game and pass. DTR just had no accuracy. He was panicking left and right. I mean, the ball fucking fell out of his hands when he dropped back to throw it one time.
Are we going to fix the left tackle situation?
Maybe in the offseason, there's nothing you can do about it right now.
We're riding with him the rest of the year. That's the
nothing you can do.
The blind side of Watson. This guy's gonna get fucked up.
It's either Jed Wills or James Hudson. That's your only two options for left tackle.
I would put Hudson over there because something's better than what's happening right now. I can't believe that guy has digressed, or is that a word?
Degressed.
Drake. I can't believe
DTR is probably in a fucking wheelchair after the beating he took on Sunday.
I can't believe that he's regressed that much in 3 years.
We want Grape. Well, you just missed him. Grape was here a little bit ago, Elizabeth.
But he's regressed a lot in 3 years, right? His rookie season, he played well.
Yeah, that's true. He is back at work.
His second season, he was okay, but he was also getting beat. This year, he's getting beat off the line by every fucking defensive end, defensive tackle, the water boy. It's getting right around.
No, there is a big fear that he doesn't love football and that, he's in his 4th year now. He has money. So he's lazy. He just doesn't give a shit. Yeah, I agree with Steve there. Kenny Pickett did not regress, Dave. Kenny Pickett was never good to begin with. Again, I mean, didn't he have like fucking 6 touchdowns and 9 interceptions last year? That's
Does
good.
Steve have the wheel of the responses and just flips it and it's okay?
No, Steve's just like me, dude. We talk mad shit and I love it. We hate funny. Pittsburgh, so it's just Steve's gonna be ready with all that. You bring that smoke. Steve, I'll be on Steel City on Sunday morning. So if you're free from 10 to noon, I'll be on there if you want to come in here and talk a little shit with us. I mean, Anthony Walker's a good linebacker. Our linebackers are fine.
JOK is decent. He's doing what he has to do, I guess.
The Ravens just ran a great scheme. They ran a zone. We had no chance to stop it. The defense was gassed. They didn't really have to throw the ball that much.
The defense in the first first quarter, right? First couple series, the defense was
Fantastic.
fired up. The defense shut them down. I think we had three and outs the first 3 plays, 3 series.
On
and then,
offense or defense? Because
no, on
offense did it
defense,
too.
On the defense. I mean,
Yeah,
we shut their,
no, I'm kidding.
we shut their offense down. Then we gave up that interception. So they had
Yep.
the 2 plays and they were in, right?
Yep.
So we gave up that first touchdown basically. But our defense was there. Defense was doing what it's supposed to do. It just got fucking tired.
Yeah, and I mean that's what happens. The defense can only do so much. I mean, the time of possession is actually pretty close. I looked it up after the game.
Different angle.
It was like 30 and 30.
Shows my man boobs a little bit.
I like it.
Yeah, there was a big complaint by Jeff. Was he says we're too high up on the tables. He's like, I got this belly. I don't want it sticking out.
I like it.
Yeah, no. Defensively, everything was bad. I mean, look at that fucking. And also there was nothing we could do. That touchdown pass to Mark Andrews was the luckiest fucking thing I've ever seen. We had 3 defenders jump up with their ball an inch away from it, and touchdown. I was in disbelief that ball went over. I think it was Denzel Ward's hands.
Oh, you're talking about the one in the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right before halftime. I literally saw that throw and I'm like, what a fucking dumb throw. And of course it's a touchdown. That's just the luck. We had bad luck that day.
Do we have hashtag we want grape going on right now?
It's trending on X right
I
now.
like it. Like X.
That
gonna give it to
and Matt Canada are trending on X right now. And we're going to explain that in a little bit.
you? Oh, poor Matt.
But yeah, so the game was ugly overall. Again, the defense looked bad. Kudos to the Ravens. They ran a perfect scheme. They were just, if you watch the replays of the way they had guys fucking coming out and blocking, we had no chance. They were putting up walls in front of us. Jim Harbaugh, kudos to him.
Good game. Good game.
They
call.
out-schemed us.
Called it. Yeah.
Nothing you can do. Jim Schwartz got out-schemed. Our guys were tired. It is what it is. It's going to happen sometimes. Sometimes you just get punched in the mouth. I wasn't expecting the Browns defense to be lights out every single week.
All right. We're 2-2 going into the bye week.
I look at it as we're going to be 2-3. Spoiler alert. I don't think we're going to be able to beat the Niners. I just don't. But after that, it gets a lot easier. We get the Colts. We get the Seahawks.
Chance to beat them though if we just play our game and move the fucking football.
Yeah. I
But-
mean, the minute we lost Nick Chubb, I knew this was going to be tough for the rest of the season because you lost your running attack. I mean, you can run the ball with Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt, but it's nowhere near the effect of having Nick Chubb. That is a game-changing running back that we no longer have.
It's being more blatantly obvious now.
Yeah.
That he's just a different animal. Like those. I mean, he got to the second tier, second level more often than anything. Like certain holes that you were seeing Ford run through and Hunt run through, are like you get used to seeing Chubb just break that tackle and he's off to the next level.
And even then, Chubb would carry guys on his back.
Now it's like they get to that first hole or the first pocket and they're shut down.
Right.
Or, I mean, Hunt made some movement forward, but I think Hunt's still kind of like getting into whatever game shape.
Jason, I get it. Again, the defense played like shit, no defending it. But the first 3 games, they were dominant, literally the best in football by a landslide. So if they have one bad game out of 4, I'm not that mad about it.
If someone's that upset about their defense and they haven't been watching the Browns this season, I mean, that defense lost and let them score points based on one fact: they were tired.
And we scored 3 points all game. So I don't think the defense didn't really hurt us. I mean, they didn't give up a last minute touchdown to lose the game or blow a lead. We literally scored 3 points. So
they just had
not much you can do.
They had an offense that had more energy and they were not as tired, running by guys who were gassed by halftime.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Not much you can do.
We got our ass kicked. We move on to the bye week. We're moving on to the 49ers in 2 weeks, but it is what it is. There's a lot of other stuff going on, and it is what it is.
Agreed. Not much you can do. With that being said, let's do a week 4 recap, everybody. Let's go down the list here.
It's a fun week. What are we not doing?
Which one? Watson? Yeah, we kind of covered that in the beginning with the Watson being quote unquote medically cleared and all that. So I figured let's move on. Yeah, Jason, again, 13 more games. Schedule gets a lot easier after San Francisco. We've got, I don't remember the exact order, but I know we have the Colts, we've got the Rams, we've got the Seahawks, the Cardinals, we have the Texans, we've got the shitty Jets.
We got a run there where
we have the Steelers in Cleveland.
A 7-run streak there. We got back-to-back games that we could go on a streak. And
there's some definitely some. I think we have the Broncos mixed in there too. They suck dick.
Which preseason?
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
When we're playing the record game, the Broncos were one of those games. You're like, not sure.
In Denver, also,
you're like, not sure. Now you're like, fuck, bring on.
And then now that I've actually seen the Broncos play, they've given up. I mean, they're releasing Randy Gregory, who they just signed last offseason for like a 4-year, $50 million deal. They're releasing him if they can't find a trade partner. And Sean Payton's like, no, it's nothing bad. It's just we're looking to move forward with our younger guys, which clearly is. Randy Gregory went in there and was like, this team fucking sucks. I hate it here. And they're like, all right, let's get him out of here.
I'm surprised they haven't moved on from Judy yet. He should be gone
Rumor
next.
is that Jerry Jeudy is potentially on the move. There were, take it for what it's worth, I don't know who these fucking sources are that are getting this shit, but there were, I think we talked about it last week. There were rumors of the Browns linked to, Dave said Jonathan Taylor. That's not going to happen. We don't have the money for that.
Taylor,
and-
he's released off the pup this week, isn't he?
Yeah, supposedly they said it's a wait and see game if he's going to practice and play this week.
Cooper Kupp also back from injury.
Cooper Kupp is expected to practice. However, we were linked to Devontae Adams and we're linked to Jerry Jeudy. I think Jerry Jeudy makes more sense if I'm not mistaken. I think Jerry Jeudy is on his rookie contract. Devontae Adams is not. He's making a shitload of money and he would take a lot to trade for. Jerry Jeudy would be a lot less to get, and his contract is cheaper. And Jonathan Taylor wants a huge contract. Jonathan Taylor would require probably a shitload to trade for. There's no way the Browns do that, I don't think.
And I'm pretty positive Taylor's not on his last year of his deal, though.
No, I think he is if I'm
he?
not mistaken.
Last
That's
year?
why he's pissed.
Okay.
That's why he was like holding out because he wants a new contract
Got
before
it.
he plays.
All right.
Either way, I don't think any of that's happening. It's the NFL. How often in the NFL does a team make a huge blockbuster trade for a major position and A, it works out, or B, does it even happen? It really doesn't happen that often. So
You would need a glaring hole for someone to go after and make some of those trades.
yeah. And I mean, we don't, there's not really one in there. Maybe a running back, but nowhere near Jonathan Taylor's stature. Like maybe we trade for Dearness Johnson, but even then, they have high hopes for Jerome Ford. They drafted him.
Familiar.
I'm just saying somebody familiar with the team that
Yeah,
wouldn't
I get
cost
it.
much.
I get it.
We could get Dearness Johnson for a 7th round pick probably. Like we're not trading for Jonathan Taylor. There's no way. So yeah, the Thursday Night Football, Lions beat the shit out of the Packers 34-20. That game was never close. Jordan Love threw like 4 interceptions. He stinks.
Their defense is legit.
Yeah, the Lions look good. Again, I don't want to shit on them or anything. They're a good, fun team. My buddy Josh, I'm actually going to be hanging out with him tomorrow night. We're going to dinner. He's from Detroit. He's a big Lions fan. I'm sure he's going to be fucking stoked. However, they haven't really played anybody good. They beat the Chiefs in week 1, but we all agree that there's an asterisk next to that because of Dub. There he is. We were just talking about you, dude, on that Men's Health Summit. Great job. Dub is in this bitch like a tampon, everybody. I think you all know what that means, literally and figuratively. But yeah, Dub is here. Thanks, dude.
Can
Thanks
you
for checking
explain
in.
it to me, literally.
We'll talk off air. I give sex ed classes. They're not free, by the way. I want you to know that you will be charged.
Is there visual aids? Is all I'm wondering.
1000%. Pornhub.com. And yeah, it's getting funky. But yeah, so they haven't really beaten anybody great. The Kansas City Chiefs game, no Kelsey, no Chris Jones. Kansas City Chiefs, by the way, haven't lost since those guys have returned. Just an FYI. And they needed some like fluky things. Like Kadarius Toney dropped like 4 balls. One of them was a pick 6. Like these things don't happen regularly. So that was a good win for the Lions. Sure, not taking it away. It counts. Nothing you could do about it.
So you don't think the Lions are? I think they're a decent team. I mean,
They're
They're
decent.
going to win the North.
But I don't think they can keep up with real contenders. Again, who'd they beat? I think they beat the Falcons. They lost to the Seahawks at home. Seahawks are an okay team, and they gave up. Speaking of their defense, they gave up like 34 points that game against the Seahawks.
They put on one barn burner on Monday night.
And then Monday night, put up 34, give up 20 to the Packers. Packers are a bad team, so it's a great win. I mean, shit, I'm really pissed. I benched David Montgomery in one of my leagues, and he had 3 touchdowns.
God.
Well, because he wasn't supposed to play until like an hour before the game. And they're like, oh, David Montgomery will dress tonight. So I'm like, well, if he's that banged up to where he almost didn't play, he's probably not going to get the ball a lot. And all he did was score, that fuck. And I had Jahmyr Gibbs starting instead, who did not do anything.
Yeah, I don't understand what they're doing with the running backs up there. I'm a little pissed because I got Gibbs too.
Well, that was my biggest gripe when they traded out of their spot in the draft. First off, they should have taken Jalen Carter out of Georgia, the defensive lineman. I put him in my mock draft. And I told everybody, if you put him on that defensive line in Detroit, that is fucking dangerous. They already have a very good defensive line. If you put him next to Aiden Hutchinson, which it looks like Jalen Carter is going to be the defensive rookie of the year. It's early, but he is putting up those kinds of numbers. They didn't do that. They needed a running back. So Bijan Robinson staring them in the face. What do? They trade out, let Atlanta take Bijan Robinson, and they take Jahmyr Gibbs, who they're not giving the fucking ball to, who does not look as dynamic as Bijan Robinson by any stretch. So I just think really bad decision making by them. Then they overdrafted a linebacker in the 2nd round. They had 2 picks this year, and that the linebacker they took was a guy who I had like a 2nd or 3rd round grade on. So not loving what Detroit's doing with their teams, to be honest, but they're winning. We'll see how far it takes them. So they win 34-20. Toy Story game. Did you guys watch that?
I did.
I was fun as
I was pretty
fuck.
impressed.
I hated the beginning with all the
glitchy.
technical
Very
difficulties.
glitchy.
Like I had to stare at these toy fucking announcers and there's a game going on. And I'm literally sitting there like, dude, I want to see the fucking field.
Yeah.
Like, I need to know what's happening right now. But when they had it rolling a little bit, it
Yeah.
was really fun. I actually really enjoyed that.
I'm impressed with the technology, the whole player tracing they were doing.
It's Disney Pixar, baby.
But I hope they do more of these. I hope they can maybe bring another kind of Disney type movie into it. But no, it was pretty good. The graphics, some of the plays that they replayed back and put it like next to the actual game itself, like the Robinson juke out that he had.
Yeah.
That was pretty amazing.
I did like that. They were showing like how great their like animatronics are and
it
shit
works,
like that.
yeah.
And I also like that they were trying to make it like an introduction for people that didn't like
Yeah.
football. Like for me, I'm like, dude, if I had kids that
Jess
were like,
watched it for a little bit. She's pretty
yeah,
impressed with
like
it.
Tara had watched it and like I fucking nailed all that Toy Story trivia. By the way, she was not impressed, but I nailed it when they put it up there.
She doesn't get turned on by your.
No, I looked over at her and they're like, one of the questions was like, what is Buzz Lightyear's catchphrase? I'm like, to infinity and beyond. No big deal. I know that.
you like this brush off the shoulder.
Yeah. They're like, how many Toy Story movies are there? I'm 4. Not a big deal. I kind of know that. Like I knew all
Tara
that
was on her
shit.
phone watching Taylor Swift videos, wasn't she?
Yeah, she had no idea what was going on. She did actually watch a little bit of
Singing Just Breathe.
Yeah, she was singing Taylor Swift's hit song "Just Breathe." But no, it was really fun. I actually enjoyed it. I went to cook breakfast and I was like, well, fuck, I don't want to miss this game. And I'm not about to try to watch it on my phone. So I actually dragged the TV into my kitchen because I'm
really?
like, I'm watching this shit.
Like I know last year, I think the last 2 years they've done like a Nickelodeon game for the playoffs where
Yeah.
they've like introduced football to kids.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers finest. Mitch Trubisky, he was the Nick Slime MVP or whatever. He got some weird fucking trophy a few years ago when he was with the Bears.
Yeah. I like that they introduce it to kids, talk about what the first down is, what all this other stuff. So I'm hoping they do more Toy Story-esque type stuff now.
Yeah.
Did you have to get Disney Plus to watch it though? Because I was just watching it right on TV. I saw some people bitching about it.
Yeah, so the game was exclusively on Disney Plus
I was watching it on just
or
Hulu.
ESPN Plus.
I was watching on ESPN Plus.
So
then.
ESPN
Okay.
Plus had the main broadcast, or they might have had the Toy Story. I don't have ESPN Plus, so I don't know. But I watched the Toy Story thing on Disney Plus.
Okay. I was watching on ESPN Plus, but it was really good though.
Yeah, no, I had a great time. But Disney and ESPN are same
Yeah.
company.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Disney owns everything.
But speaking of that game, Jaguars win 23-7, complete ass beating. The Falcons stink. Desmond Ridder had like 3 interceptions.
Do you
I also heard
you-
him talk for the first time.
Oh, Desmond Ridder?
Yeah, he has a worse Kermit the Frog type fucked up voice than Patrick Mahomes.
He looks like Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, he sounds horrible. I heard him talking. I'm like, I stopped. I'm like, are they fucking putting like a thing on his voice because it's on Disney? But I'm like, no, it's just he sounds like a dick.
Are you a fan of the 9:30 games when they play in
Love them. I
Like, getting up
fucking
early,
love it,
all-day
dude. The
football?
London games. Oh my god,
All-day
yeah, dude. Because
football?
I literally, the worst part of my Sunday is I wake up early and I'm sitting there in bed like, all right, cool. It's 8:00 or whatever. I'm like, I gotta wait. What can I do? And I don't do anything. So I'm like, I could go clean for a minute. Like I'm gonna shower, grab some food. I'm like, all right, it's still 9:30. Like I'm just all I do is wait for the fucking Browns game. So
Yeah.
that happening is perfect because that ends at like 12:30. I took a quick shower, went in the basement, Browns game done.
boom?
Beautiful day, loved it. Not the outcome I wanted for the Browns, but I digress. Well, last week we introduced our bonus points for our pick segment. My plus 2.5 for the Miami Dolphins did not go well. Spoiler alert for those of you keeping track at home. God damn, did they get their asses beat? It was 48-20. The Bills put a shellacking on them. I guess I underestimated the Bills because the Bills looked like dog shit against the Jets. They looked decent against the Raiders, and then I forgot who they played in Week 3, but they won that
step
game.
up game for them. They had to
I think
bring it.
they played the Commanders, I think, in Week 3, and then they went and played the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were the hottest team in football. They were scoring at will. They're coming off a 70-point game. I'm like, dude, who's stopping this fucking team right now? They're a rolling train off the track, and Buffalo said, I don't know, not a problem. They beat the fuck out of them.
Here's a derailed machine right here. Boom, off the tracks.
I mean, my God, it was an ass beating.
I mean, their defense is good. I mean,
Bills defense is very good. They did lose Tre'Davious White for the year towards Achilles. He is done. Unfortunately, I think he had a huge injury like that last year. He missed the whole season. So not good for them. They also come in with one of the best defenses in football, but even when he left the game, didn't skip a beat. They still shut them down.
I still got good points out of their backup running back, though. He had 2 touchdowns. And
Yeah, he had another great game. I have Tua, so I was hoping he would throw a little bit. I think he threw 1 touchdown. He fucking shit the bed and cost me a fantasy game. But yeah, what are you going to do? Yeah, Steve, I tried to get you to do that. Hey, you know what, Steve? Eat a dick, because I think the pick you had too, that also lost. So
yeah,
not as badly as mine, but you still lost. So
hey, our double down idea, though, I do appreciate it because that helped me.
yeah, it helped you take the lead.
Take the lead this
we literally
week.
should be tied right now because the math doesn't add up. But yeah, you have a 1
Actually,
point
I
advantage.
looked at it sideways. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Oh,
yeah, you got that bonus point.
Yeah.
Kyle did go
Thanks,
with
Pittsburgh.
the Houston Texans over the Steelers, and that was goddamn was that easy money. 30-6, they beat them. We mentioned this game earlier. The Broncos did beat the Bears 31-28 after going down 28-0. They made a 4-touchdown comeback and
What
a
a
field
game
goal
that
to win
was.
the game at the end. I have so many decorations on my front porch. They keep sending off my fucking camera.
Oh,
It's
is
kind
that
of
what that
annoying.
is? I keep
Yeah.
seeing it. Yeah.
So we have
I saw the
swing thing that
Swing
Tara.
thing
Yeah,
was
we put
pretty
that up
cool.
yesterday. It was from Spirit Halloween. It's called Menacing Molly. It's this like zombie girl, whatever, on a swing, and it's sitting right in front of my fucking camera. So my camera just goes off and goes, front door, someone spotted,
Turn
and it's
notifications off on it.
just Halloween decorations. Well, I kind of want to know if someone's trying to break into my
Oh, that's
house, so I
true.
do like those. Not that it's happened yet. The Vikings get their first win of the season, 21-13 over the lowly Panthers. The Panthers are fucking terrible. Yeah, Steve, honestly, last week was tough. I did too for our pick'ems. I had a horrible time. There were so many upsets, so many games that I thought like I had figured out. I fucked up. Rams and Colts. Here was another one. I took the Colts in our pick'em, and the Rams ended up winning this one in overtime with a 29-23 victory. The Buccaneers, I picked the Saints, and the Buccaneers won 26-9.
Baker.
Yeah, I mean, Derek Carr sucks. They're already talking about potential changes being made down in New Orleans already. It's early.
They got Baker as early MVP candidate this year so far. How do you like that?
Yeah, let me know how that goes. That's like the Steelers hyping up Kenny Pickett last week. A little fucking early, boys, huh? Eagles barely escape a win with the Commanders 34-31 in overtime. They just couldn't put it away. The Eagles giving up 31 to the Panther to the
Washington
Commanders
is like all over the place. I just don't understand their team. I don't.
they're
However,
gritty.
however,
That's the best way I can describe them.
what's your thought on that? What's your thought on that catch by McLaurin where he stepped on the dude's arm?
Oh, he was out of bounds.
I know, but I mean,
Yeah.
it sucks though because I mean,
That's the rules.
him stepping on the arm moved his foot out of bounds.
Yeah.
Had there been no arm there, I think he would have came right inside.
Oh
the
yeah,
goal
well,
line.
no question about it. I mean, he was already
sucks.
this close to being in bounds. It had that foot not been there,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
question.
yeah,
He was tippy
that
toeing.
sucks.
Did anyone cover the spread? Kyle did. Kyle's pick was the
Yes.
Texans plus, what was it, 3 or 4 or something? I don't remember
Yeah.
what it was, but
Because you know why? Fuck Pittsburgh.
yeah, he went
Fuck
against Pittsburgh
them.
and it paid off. But see, if I would have done that, Pittsburgh would have won
Yeah,
30
they
to
would have
6.
blown Houston
So I'm
out.
glad I didn't do that. Titans beat the fuck out of the Bengals 27-3.
Bengals suck this year.
Another one of, but see, that's the thing that I'm trying to tell people about Deshaun Watson. They're hating on him for being hurt and not playing. You know who's hurt and playing? Joe Burrow. You know who's dragging his team down to the fucking cellar? Joe Burrow, everybody. So use your fucking brains, Browns fans. I know you want Deshaun Watson out there playing. We all do. How about we get him right before we get him out there? If you force something, what's the saying? If you force a fart, it might be a shit or something like that. There's some saying like that.
And my grandmother never told me that same.
She
before,
didn't.
so
No, that's the last thing my grandma said to me right before she passed away. She said, never
Anytime I
forget.
force a shit, force a fart, it comes out as a shit.
It actually, you know what it is? It's the saying is love is like a fart. If you have to force it, it's probably shit. That's the saying.
You wrote that on a Valentine's card once for.
I did. I sent it to Hallmark and they declined it. I'm like Mr. Deeds. Yeah,
Just put it up on the local cafe wall.
I hung it up. They haven't called me back yet. It's at your local pizzeria. You can find it. But yeah, so that the Bengals stink, and that's because their quarterback is not right. So let me get a decent. I'll take a 50% Deshaun Watson over whatever Joe Burrow is right now.
How long until Chase is like, I need out of
He already did. Did you see what he said the other day?
No, I didn't see it.
They interviewed him after the game and they're like, hey, how do you feel about your touches? Are you open? And he just turns and goes, I'm always fucking open. And then he goes, pardon my language, but I'm always fucking open. He was pissed.
The Bengals are the Bengals, right, Chase?
I love it.
Right?
Yeah, just some elves. I love that we fucking ruined that team.
Oh, they're so pissed.
And we got no credit also after week 1. Everyone's like, the Bengals they're late starters. They'll be fine. They're going to wake up. The Browns,
Boom,
we'll see what
boom,
happens.
boom.
Then the Browns just continue to dominate
Yep.
defensively and the Bengals continue to suck. I think they're they have the least amount of touchdowns in football. They only have like 2 offensive touchdowns all year or something like that.
Feel
So
bad for the people who drafted Chase this year.
couldn't happen to a better team.
Higgins has been hurt.
Oh, yeah, he hurt his ribs.
Jesus.
Fuck him. I hate that team.
I mean,
Next up, the Chargers beat the Raiders 24-17. Aiden O'Connell gets his first career start with a Jimmy G on the concussion list. I was kind of pissed that I did want to see Brian Hoyer.
I kind of wanted to as well. I thought for sure he'd play.
Yeah, but smart move by the Raiders. I will give them credit. They did what the Browns did. They said, fuck it. Here's a game that we're kind of going to have to throw away. Let's see what our young rookie can do.
Can we talk about yet again, another year, another Raiders drama?
Oh, it never ends.
The
Chandler Jones is crazy. I mean,
Chandler
they already
Jones.
released him. They're done with
I
him.
get that, but
Yeah.
what?
He said He said Josh McDaniels
Did you
killed.
watch some of his?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
live? Oh
he
my
said Josh
God.
McDaniels killed Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, he didn't die in prison.
What else did he say? Fuck.
Something
I forgot all of it. I mean,
He
dude is
just-
crazy. He started
went to
crying at one
town.
point over like something like he's just
he
fucking
went up to a
unhinged.
random guy and like some like live and said, "Hey, can you take care of my dad?" And
Yeah.
the guy's like, "Yeah, sure."
I really, really hope that Chandler Jones gets some help because
Yeah.
that CTE is no joke, and he is obviously there's something fucking off there.
Yeah, something's fucked up there.
But yeah, so I mean, obviously the Browns probably wish they would have drafted Aiden O'Connell instead of DTR based on his performance. They lost, but at least they scored 17 points, but they lost to the Chargers 24-17. Cowboys beat the shit out of the Patriots 38-3. Mac Jones literally looked worse than DTR, so that makes me a little bit feel better.
Got benched.
Bill Belichick got his their team got their ass kicked worse than the Browns did, so it makes me feel kind of good. 49ers, tough, difficult matchup. The Cardinals are no joke. 35-16 doesn't look as close as it actually was, but Christian McCaffrey scored 4 touchdowns. They weren't stopping him, but the Cardinals are a gritty team. They put up a little bit of a fight. Kudos to them for trying at least.
That dude doesn't stop scoring. He does not stop scoring.
No, I mean, that was the easiest money.
He's like
By the
legit
way,
built for that offense.
I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I'm going to admit this story here for everybody to hear because that's what I am. I'm an honest person. I made a bet on Sunday. Okay. I did a 4-player anytime touchdown parlay. Okay.
Okay.
I did Stephon Diggs, who scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
I did Anthony Richardson, who scored 2 rushing touchdowns. I did Christian McCaffrey, who scored a touchdown. And I did, who the fuck was my 4th? Justin Jefferson, who scored a touchdown.
Okay.
So I hit it, all 4 of those. However, I'm a gigantic pussy. And when they offered me a cash out, I did a $10 bet. It would have won me like 90 something dollars. It was the 4th quarter of the Colts game, and Anthony Richardson hadn't scored yet. They were down like 23 to fucking like 6 or whatever. Like the game looked out of reach. And I was like,
So it was a $10 bet.
$10 bet would have won me 90 something. And I cashed out for like $17 because I was like, Anthony Richardson's not scoring a touchdown. So I cashed out and I'm like, fuck it. I'm up. I'm positive, whatever. He scored a fucking touchdown. McCaffrey scored a touchdown. I was so fucking mad at myself that I'm like, dude, it was $10. Why didn't I just let it ride for $10? But I was just like, fuck it. I'm going to come away with something. I feel like such a fucking idiot that I did that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm still positive. I technically won the bet.
Did I show you my Saturday win?
Yeah. Did you win the second one?
No, it did not
Okay,
win.
you-
Missed it by one game.
You said your second one was needed one. I didn't know who you had.
But I mean, that's 2 weeks in a row. I've hit on some big parlays in college football.
Yeah,
so.
and this is 1 week in a row that I fucking cashed out like a goddamn dummy, and I cost myself nearly $100 because I'm a fucking pussy. So that's what happens.
Hey, you know what? That's gambling, though. You take chances. Sometimes you're not so sure, but if you get a chance to get some money back, take
Richardson
it, I guess,
looked
right?
like dog shit. He had like fucking 60 yards passing in the first half. His completion percentage is like 50% still for the season. Like
Yeah.
he's not a very good quarterback, but he can run like a son of a bitch. So I thought rushing touchdown, no brainer. But again, 4th quarter, they're down by like 2 or 3 scores. I'm like, there's no way. And then he leads them back, ties the game up, goes to overtime, and inevitably loses. But still scored fucking touchdowns, and I pussed out, dude.
So you're gonna run another bet this weekend, and you're not gonna cash out, and you're gonna wish you probably did.
Yeah, now I'm gonna do something real dumb. I'm gonna be real ignorant this
I'm gonna fucking
weekend.
take $90.
I'm gonna make
yeah.
I'm gonna do like a $200 like 6-person touchdown bet, and I'm gonna let it ride, and I am gonna lose.
Now, aren't you?
All
like
in,
it.
all
I
or
like it.
nothing. Chiefs and Jets. Let me put on my conspiracy tinfoil hat for those of you at home that got that, what is it, FEMA or whatever message we got today.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Everybody got that. Everyone's still alive. Everyone feeling okay. If you got the jab.
Was it the 230? Was it the 230?
Yeah, the 220, which is what they told you.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, fuck you guys that want to put your phone in microwave. 218, we're getting you early. I love that. Shout out to the government, whoever the fuck did that, for doing that early. I think
By
that's
the
like
way,
the
what was
coolest
the
joke.
point of that anyways? I don't understand. Was it just a test?
It's the national emergency
Got it.
testing, like you used to hear on your radio,
Yes,
your
now they're
television.
doing it over cell phones.
Now they do it over cell phones because everybody has a smartphone on them. So it makes sense.
Hold on. What's the conspiracy part of this? Someone put it in my.
It was going to activate the chip they put in you from the COVID vax.
Oh, good deal.
Basically, we would all explode like in Halloween 3 when they play the Silver Shamrock music and all the masks eat the kids.
Yes.
Everyone was afraid that was what was going to happen. Instead, it's just the government making sure they can warn you about an emergency. And everyone's like, I don't trust them. Put your fucking phone in the microwave. If you're that crazy to where you think you have to hide your phone and do shit like that,
Great.
I got some
Great.
bad news for you. I didn't want to name names. They're already tracking you. For those of you that think the government's like out to get you, if you have any smart device in your house, spoiler alert, they already
Dude, my
can.
smart devices see me not do some nice things in my house. So
I
it's okay.
only masturbate with all my cameras facing me. I only
So
wipe my ass
you-
with all my phones
You make
underneath
sure
me
your cameras on your computers completely on when you're doing
every
it.
time.
Absolutely.
I'm a standing jacker, so I'm just standing up and I'm just right in front of my camera. I'm like, how do you like that
You even
guy
go-
watching
you
me?
even go as far as saying, Alexa, record me right now.
Yeah, I'm like,
Nice.
Alexa, send this to my friends and family and to the NSA guy. Yeah, I mean, why not? Christmas came early. So did I. Let's do it. Show
Heyo.
everybody. However, real conspiracy. Roger Goodell called the NFL or called the game on Sunday night, the Jets and Chiefs, and said, I can't let this be a blowout. It was turning into a fucking barn burner for the Chiefs. They were going to run away with that game.
Wait, you said what do you think he called? Andy Reid?
He called the refs and he said, keep this game close.
Oh man.
Do whatever you can to keep this game close.
Man.
Because next thing you know, Zach Wilson looks like a Hall of Fame quarterback. The Jets make a comeback. He plays the best game of his career, Sunday Night Football, in a game where they wanted
blown up was your
Rodgers.
text messages that night from your boys out in New York? Were they like
Um,
on the Zach Wilson train?
They were riding the Zach Wilson train hard, but at the end of the game, when they got called for a big penalty and they choked, and then Zach Wilson fumbled, the texts I sent them. Oh my God, the shit that I talked. Oh, it felt so good. I laid into them. They were like, that's a fucking bullshit call. He didn't touch him. I'm like, great call, refs. I'm so glad they got that one right. I was just rubbing it in. I was being a real dick, and I loved every
Are
second
they
of it.
Taylor Swift fans? Are they a fan of
No. They didn't even mention her. They're solely focused on the Jets. However, though, again, that game started off.
Yes.
The Jets were up like 13-0 within like the first 5 minutes. It was going to be a fucking blowout. And then all of a sudden, the Chiefs just can't move the ball and the Jets start scoring. And I'm watching it like something's fishy here. And I'm like, Roger Goodell is really pissed it's not Rodgers Mahomes. So he had Taylor Swift to bring a little bit of an audience. But even then, in a blowout, he's like, people are going to change the channel. I need
Yep.
fucking ratings.
Yeah.
So they kept that game close. That game came down to the fucking last minute. The Chiefs should have blown out the Jets. I smell something fishy.
You should write a letter to Roger Goodell and voice your concerns.
No, I'm happy it happened. I mean, the Jets lost, so I don't give a fuck. The outcome was, I even told my friends that
there were some questionable plays, and we talked about the one via text at holding that was blatantly
Yeah.
holding.
and again,
But
if you watch every play in the NFL in slow motion or
holding
with
in every play,
the what is it, the 365 camera or whatever the fuck it's called, the all 22
Yeah.
or whatever, if you watch that, there's a penalty on every play that if you look at it, you go, okay, that's it. But the ref's one guy who's trying to watch the entire line. So maybe there is a hold right here, but he's looking over in this direction. He's making sure the quarterback's not getting his face max, whatever.
that's just one of those.
You only
obvious
have two
ones, though.
eyes.
Because of that hold, it opened up that hole for Patrick to run
for like
30
a 3rd and 23
Yeah,
and
yeah,
get a first down. And he got
exactly.
up, he did the fucking thing. And oh my God, I loved rubbing that into my friends' faces. And then there was one of them where my buddy was like, he's like, damn, I did not see the Jets playing that well. And I'm like, yeah, you know, the path to get there wasn't how I expected. I said, but the end result was exactly what I thought it would be. I'm like, Jets fucking lost. I just kept rubbing it in. Then Monday Night Football, the Seahawks beat the ever living fuck out of the Giants. The Giants are one of the worst teams in football. Daniel Jones got sacked 10 or 11 times on Monday night. No bullshit.
Anyone took the over on anything in that game, you lost money.
I took the under on Jamal Adams surviving 5 plays, and I won because that fucking dude is a walking injury.
Oh, he was yelling at somebody on the sideline the other day.
He got in trouble. He got fined.
Was he fined?
He yelled at, it was the
person.
it was the head of neurology or whatever, the non-team affiliated coach or doctor that has to look for concussions.
Call, right?
Yeah. Dude, he got knocked the fuck out, had to be helped off the field, looked like he was going to collapse, and then got mad that they wouldn't let him go back out and play. What fucking world do you live on, dude? Do you think you're getting back onto the field? Are you kidding me? One good thing that came away from that game, and I won't say good thing, I don't want to sound like that guy, but like we do play the Seahawks in a few weeks, and Geno Smith was hurt, so it's a good sign.
He left and came back in with a leg injury.
He's hobbling a little bit. Pete Carroll after the game was like, they need to ban the hip tackle because got hurt. Geno hurt, so if he's playing with a high ankle sprain in a few weeks, that thing will not be healed. So we'll see what happens. That is your week 4.
What a week
recap. Not bad at all.
Oh, I almost fell the chair.
That'll happen. These chairs, Jeff had a lot to say about them. Let's switch gears a little bit now. Let's head to the old National Basketball, there's a burp, Association. And it tastes like Brussels sprouts.
Where they've been.
They are getting ready to start. There we go. The NBA had media day the other day for all the teams. Every team shows up. Grape, Conspiracy Carl. Yeah, I told Grape that. I'm like, I got to see if Conspiracy Carl's going to come out of the bunker.
He's been lonely down there for a while.
He's missing out on a lot. I'm sure he's probably has a lot to say about that test they did today. That's probably why he's not coming out. But the NBA did media day this week, which is where the guys go. They do interviews. They take pictures and shit that, like, when you're watching the game and you see, like, you know, fucking Donovan Mitchell pump up the crowd and be like, let's go Cleveland on the Jumbotron. They film all that shit today. So Jimmy Butler decided to be a very fun character, and he decided to be emo Jimmy. Tim, if you could put that up. I think I sent that right. I did. We were going to do Drew Holiday, but I got in the media day, so I'm just rolling with it. That's my bad. That's what we do here. That is what we do. So Jimmy Butler decided to go full emo for media day.
I was thoroughly impressed.
And I am not like, I was gonna say, I'm not underselling this. He had full straightened hair, black nail polish, lip, nose, eyebrow piercing. He was full emo. Steve says Jimmy Heat World. I like that. That's a good, clever nickname. If you're familiar with the band Jimmy Eat World, that's very clever. I like that. But yeah, he went full emo. So all of his videos and fun interactions with the fans will be looking like a My Chemical Romance roadie.
And everything.
Yeah, lip, nose, eyebrow, the works. Or do you think those were real?
What?
Were those clip-ons or those real piercings? They looked real.
Nah,
I just don't know how committed
they're
he
probably
is.
metal ones. That
Okay, like magnetic,
they go through the skin. I can't imagine him going and getting himself.
That's what I thought too. Like, that's a
right
lot.
after this, he probably went and got a haircut and probably put shit back in braids.
Now, if he comes out and plays like that, I would fucking love that. Could you imagine
him at the foul line, like?
I mean, that's one dude. Like Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets took over in the playoffs. If he's on some emo shit, oh, look out, NBA.
What do you think his dad says about this?
His dad's probably like, son, I'm worth $3 billion. I could help you pay for a new outfit. Off topic, we don't have anything for this. Do you know Darren Ravel, the dude on Twitter? Did you see his tweet last night? He got fucking scolded for this. So the report came out that, you know, Michael Jordan is now on the Forbes list with an estimated net worth of $3 billion because he sold the that was not a fart. That's these chairs. Blame Red Line. I mean, this chair is broken. Holy shit.
That's what you sound like when you're jerking off.
And it's literally just that too. It's like done, finished.
Squeak, squeak, and over.
So I read he does that troll ESPN's. Yeah, I love that because that's going to be his picture for the year.
All year when he's going to be in the playoffs or the finals, is like, let's introduce the starting lineup for the Heat. And
I hope he comes out like that. But yeah, so they put Michael Jordan on the Forbes list at estimated $3 billion or whatever. And Darren Ravel tweets, and all he says about it is, "This really makes me miss Kobe today. I know how competitive Kobe was. He'd be trying to beat Michael Jordan in financial success," or something stupid like that. Everyone's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, stop trying to use Kobe to get fucking likes on Twitter, you nerd. Everyone went off on him. The guy is a fucking dweeb. I hate him.
Zero chance that Kobe would catch up to Jordan's.
No chance. Like, there's literally no way Kobe would become he wouldn't be worth $3 billion.
There's no basketball deal, the shoe deal that ever existed that Jordan signed. He bought and sold a team. That's where he got a lot of that huge boost right there. That's why he's up there at $3 billion. You're never going to get close to Michael Jordan in sports. LeBron's not going to get close to Michael Jordan.
No, the closest LeBron will get will be maybe worth $1 billion.
He just hit $1 billion last year. I thought
that's true. So he's
there, but he won't get to that $3 billion.
And if he becomes an owner of an NBA team, it'll be such a minority part that it's not going to be. I mean, maybe he can get that, but it'll be in 25 years when
he's dead.
Money is totally different. Like the rate comparison will be about the same.
Right.
So, and even then, who gives a shit if LeBron ends his career worth $5 billion and Michael ends at $3 billion? Like, are people gonna like act like that's a championship ring thing? Like,
yes,
yeah, Jordan had more rings, but did you see bank accounts? Like, that fucking matters. I mean, kudos to both of them. That's a shit ton of money. And I think Kobe would have been more than comfortable financially, no matter what, if he didn't beat Michael Jordan. He was rich as fuck. He had money in
probably could have taken the train.
What are those drinks? Not vitamin water. The other one.
Body Armor.
No, Body Armor. Yeah, Body Armor. No, not. Unfortunately, I think Kobe perished before Prime was invented by the Paul brothers, and I don't think Kobe would have bought in on anything they made. But yeah, I think Kobe was like an investor in Body Armor, and that made
got his own drink. He's got the Mamba Purple,
and that made him like hundreds of millions of dollars investing in that. So he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Now we'll get back on track with the order, Tim. I apologize for that. There was a big trade in the NBA this week. And it was, of course, Drew Holiday. We knew his stay in Portland was going to be short. He was only there for a cup of coffee. He officially was dealt to the Boston Celtics. He was sent there in exchange for, now brace yourselves, Robert Williams,
Mm-hmm.
and Malcolm Brogdon.
Ooh.
That's a lot. I think a lot of people are undervaluing those players. I would take Brogdon, who was the 6th man of the year just 2 years ago, and still a very, very, very good bench player. And Robert Williams, when healthy, which isn't that often, but when he plays, he is a legit rim protector. He gets rebounds, he blocks shots, and they're like, nah, we don't need you. We have Kristaps Porzingis, the unicorn.
I guess I'm confused as why they went after him. I mean, they didn't have a hole in his position, though.
No, it didn't make sense to me. That is not a good fit. I don't understand getting him. There were a lot of people that were like, well, this just made the East that much harder. I look at it as it actually made it a little easier because I'm not worried about Drew Holiday taking over a game. I'm worried about Robert Williams stopping the Cavs' soft-ass big men from getting rebounds because that's a fact. I'm worried about Malcolm Brogdon coming off the bench and scoring 30 points compared to our bench, which
too.
This year our bench should be much better, but last year our bench sucked. Like, gun to my head, if you're asking me, do I want Malcolm Brogdon or Chetty Osman as a 6th man? Obviously, I'm going Brogdon.
Oh, don't hate on Chetty.
And now he's gone. And Chetty's gone too. Fuck him. I don't care. I got no love for anybody.
Justin's on a fucking roll now.
I got no love for anybody that's no longer in Cleveland. But those guys being gone, I mean, don't get me wrong, Boston's still fucking loaded. They're a good team. They're very well coached, but I don't think this really moves the needle one way or the other. If anything, I think it made them a little worse because, again, you lose that fucking size. Brogdon was a big dude coming off the bench. And then Robert Williams, again, big as fuck, block shots. Defense is so important. And they have Kristaps Porzingis, who's soft as shit, can't stay healthy. He's not a threat down low, so I'm not worried about him at all. I would be more worried about Robert Williams.
I mean, Boston's probably still top 5
for sure. Again, I'm not taking that away from them. They're going to finish, top 3 probably in the East. Yeah. Just overall with that team. They did give that fucking gigantic contract there to Jaylen Brown. You see in the picture, who can't dribble to his left all that well. So it's fucking wild to me that he made that money. But hey,
did you watch the media day with Garland the other day? When the Cavs, Cleveland.com was like, what do you think you are in the East? What do you think we are?
So I was listening to that on the radio a little bit. I guess it was Chris Fedor from Cleveland.com. I guess Garland and Fedor have a good relationship. Yeah. So he was just giving him some shit. It was. He's like, what do you think we are?
3. Oh, we're 3 then. We're good.
And then speaking of the Cavs media day, no picture for this one as well, but we could talk about it. Donovan Mitchell, non-committal for a new contract in Cleveland. He did say that he is open to the thought of it next year, but this year he is not looking to sign a contract long-term with the Cavaliers.
I mean, kind of expected though, right? Because we have him through next year.
We have 2 years with him, and there are made up rumors. There's nothing that has any concrete evidence that he's going anywhere, but anytime the guy does anything that people can make a story about, instantly he's leaving.
The Louisville jersey.
Yeah, I mean, he's from New York. He always said his dream was to be a New York Knicks. So everyone instantly just goes, he's leaving the Cavs and going to the Knicks. And then, over the weekend, he was in Brown Stadium on the field wearing a Louisville.
Had an Indian hat on. Though.
Yeah, he was wearing a Louisville Lamar Jackson jersey because they both went to Louisville at the same time. So he was just giving support to his brother. And he wore a Louisville jersey. If he wore a Ravens jersey, I would be pissed. Louisville? Totally fine. Understood. That's your college. I don't mind one bit. That's no different than if I can't even think of a player. Like if somebody showed up to Cleveland and like if Braylon Edwards showed up wearing a Michigan jersey of Donovan Peoples-Jones
in Ohio.
That's a good comparison. Yeah. However, Braylon Edwards is a piece of shit. I've told the story before. He can go fuck himself, and he's also a scumbag, and fuck him. So if he shows up to Michigan, if he shows up to Cleveland wearing a Michigan jersey, you do have my permission to throw batteries at him. Donovan Mitchell, though, completely harmless. But yeah, so he decided or declined to say if he will sign a long-term contract in Cleveland, but he did say it's something he will think about next year. So I'm okay with that. No distractions.
It's probably a distraction thing. Yeah, you don't want to be talking about it every day in the press conference.
So he cleared the air day one on media day, like not talking contract this year, not even thinking about it. Let's play the season, and I'm all for that. Hopefully the rest of the team. Evan Mobley, though, looked like he put on a little bit of muscle, and I'm very happy about that.
That's good. I'm
very, very happy about that.
He needs to have a leap year this year. He needs to have a very progressive year this year.
Part of me wants to throw a little bit of coin down on him for defensive player of the year, just to see what the odds are. I'm thinking about it. Might just do it for fun. Yeah, something little. I threw a little bit. I threw a $10 bet down early in the year for Major League Baseball, and I lost terribly. But I tried to pick the division winners, and did not go well. So I took the spoiler alert. I took the Guardians for the Central because I thought, of course. I took the Yankees for the East because I did not see that shit show coming.
Maybe if you just flip the.
I did take the Houston Astros to win the West, which they did, so that was a good one. And then in the National League, I I didn't know what to make of the Mets because they did have that big offseason.
Yeah.
They had, Max Scherzer, you've got Justin Verlander. So I'm like, I don't know if the Mets might be able to beat the Braves. So I did not touch the East. And I'm happy I didn't because I would have fucking lost miserably if I took the Mets because the Mets were trash. And I forgot the other teams I took. I think I took the Dodgers for the West, like a couple easy ones. So I had like a 6-game or like a 5-team fucking division winner bullshit thing in baseball.
Parlay, put them all together.
Yeah, I did it all, and I did it before the season started for like a full season thing, and it did not work. But whatever, that's gambling. It's fun. I'm too impatient to do these long-term bets. Like I see guys that do like, I'm going to try to predict
bets,
the Super Bowl winner, the World Series champion, NBA champion. I'm like, dude, I don't have fucking time for that. That's a whole calendar year. I can't do that.
That'd be a nice bet to forget about, and it hits, and you're like, oh shit.
But with
I don't
me,
have so much money in my
I'm
account.
so stupid. I would do it in an app that I don't go to often, and I wouldn't log in for like months. And I'd go in one day, and I'm like, how the fuck do I have 10 grand in here? What the fuck? Like that's something that would happen to me. Speaking of baseball, though, let's get into it. The Major League Baseball playoffs, we did not do a bracket for this because the season ended on Sunday and the bracket wasn't finalized. The Browns sucked. That ruined my day. I had to get ready to come on to Loud and Local. And Monday, I'm not going to lie, I forgot. And then the playoffs started yesterday. So we're just not going to do a bracket between talking about balls here. But just for fun, we'll keep up with it. So you have in the Eastern or the
I would lose this terribly anyway.
American League. I don't know why I said the Eastern because I was looking at the Blue Jays. Yeah, so would I. Because yesterday I did a little parlay for fun, and I think I went 0 for 4. No, I went 1 for 4, I believe. The Phillies won. That was the only game I got right.
I did not see Minnesota winning yesterday. That's crazy. They had
Or no, wait. The Brewers won yesterday, right?
I
think they did. I'd have to check.
Diamondbacks. Yeah.
So I did a 4-game parlay. I took the Rays, I took the Blue Jays, I took the Brewers, and I took the Phillies, and I only got the National League right. So, as you can see there, I don't even know if those games happened today. I think they're best of 3. Am I wrong?
They are best of 3, and they're all at home too. What are your thoughts about Tampa Bay's home attendance there for the playoffs?
It's trash.
That's horrible, right?
That's embarrassing. Shame on that team. I mean,
and you
or
have
shame on those fans, I should say.
potentially 3 home games there to play with nobody showing up to it.
I mean, that's the one thing with the Guardians or Cleveland in general, whatever you want to call them, Guardians, Indians. If they make the playoffs, it's a fucking sellout. Those tickets go on sale. They are sold out instantly. It's a packed house. I went to the game last year against the Rays, and that one that went to like fucking 16 innings or whatever. God damn, was that a long day. And it was awesome. It was packed. I love the energy of playoff baseball. There's nothing like it.
I remember the year that we had was a one-play game play-in where we played against Tampa Bay that year, and it was nobody went to the game during the season, but that night everyone showed up. The entire place, so we lost. But
yeah, absolutely, I remember that. But still, there's nothing like playoff baseball. The energy is electric, and Tampa Bay is like, we don't care.
Nobody was there,
and they have such a good fucking team too. Like they're so young. I think they lost, but they did.
And they're trying to.
Yeah, they actually got eliminated.
And they're trying to convince the city to give us money to build a new stadium.
Yeah, which is insane.
Not gonna happen.
If I'm Tampa Bay, I move. I'm getting the fuck out of Tampa. You have a great team. I keep everything together, and I go to a city that's going to respect me. Which Oakland's looking for somebody right now.
That'd be a huge move.
But yeah, so these games already happened. The Brewers are currently up 2-0 in the 5th. Rangers won 7-1, eliminating the Rays.
Wow.
And the Twins won 2-0, eliminating the Blue Jays. So the Twins will take on the Houston Astros, and the Texas Rangers will take on the Baltimore Orioles. And then in the National League, if they hold on to the lead, Milwaukee will go to Los Angeles to take on the Dodgers, and the Phillies need a win tonight. That game is in the middle of the second, 0-0. And the winner of that series will take on the Atlanta Braves.
They will go into a buzzsaw.
Absolutely. So yeah, there's your bracket right there. You guys can see again, pretty boring baseball season in my opinion. Nothing really special happened.
I forgot that playoff baseball started yesterday.
Yeah,
for me, I turned the TV on. I
knew it did, but I didn't realize it started that early. Like I was sitting there at work, and I'm like, I wonder what time the game starts, and I'm like, oh fuck, it already started. It was a 3:00 start. So it is what it is. When the Guardians don't make it, I lose interest. I mean, I'm still going to watch and pay attention and all that, but what can you do?
I'll watch it when it gets into like the
for me, I'm not going to lie.
The championship games.
I don't like the additional teams.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I like when it was.
Yeah,
I hated the wild card games. Don't get me wrong. I hated those too. I just miss it when it was 4 teams in the American League, 4 teams in the National League. That's it. You have your 3 division winners, 1 wild card. Done.
Yeah.
Go. That's how it should be.
You're playing 7-game series, and they're just more fun to watch.
Because every pitch was so much more meaningful. Like right now, clearing up this garbage, like to get the Blue Jays eliminated and to get the Rays eliminated, I'm like, I don't care. I have no interest. But if this was the next round where there's only 8 teams total, I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's go. Like I'm watching every pitch. So I'll start to get invested in the next round, but right now I could care less, to be honest. But yeah, there's your bracket. Really quickly, we will play a video for everybody, so bear with us. It's a few minutes long. Oh, it didn't work. Son of a biscuit. All right, then that sucks. I was going to play the Trevor Bauer video, but
Let's talk about it.
let's talk about it.
Can you try to text it to me and I'll try to get it up while you talk about it?
Absolutely. So long story short, everybody knows the allegations that came against Trevor Bauer. Everybody knows that he was accused of some shit, and he denied it. It was rape, not rape. It was like he beat up some girl. She claims that he like choked her, beat her up, put her in the hospital, bruised, bullshit like that. He then immediately was like, I didn't do anything. And oh, hang on. Oh, we got some juiciness to it, more than I even knew. So let me send that link to Tim right now, and we'll hopefully get the video for you. But in the meantime, I will read you his follow-up.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sending it to Tim right now. So again, he was accused of all these things. This woman said she met up with Trevor Bauer and blah, blah, blah. And Trevor Bauer had evidence that they were not allowed to talk about for 2 years. So there was some evidence that if we can get the video to play, you'll see it. It was the girl after their first night rendezvous, whatever it is they did, 2 adults, let's just let it go. Trevor Bauer's sleeping. He has a sleep mask on. He's laying there in bed asleep. She is filming and smiling.
Yeah.
Completely fine. Has no marks on her, nothing.
No bruises, no nothing.
And then they pulled up texts that she had before she had ever met him. And she said, oh, damn, he's rich. And her friends are like, you better secure that bag and like do whatever you can. And she's like, oh, I'm going to have him choke me out and I'm going to have him do all this. Like she was literally explaining how she's going to fuck him over to get his money. And she did it. So he came out, 2 years ended. They've settled both sides. There was an agreement that the NDA is now gone. Tim, did it work? Oh, okay. So there was an agreement that the NDA is up after 2 years. Yesterday was a 2-year anniversary, and he came out and talked about it.
Didn't waste any time.
No, he put out a really nice video with a lot of evidence, explained everything. And let me read what he just said. So he said, Elon Musk actually tweeted at Trevor Bauer. Yep. That's kind of cool. And he said, were her lawyers aware that she withheld evidence? And Trevor Bauer said, it appears her lawyers had the evidence the entire time, speaking specifically about the video of her laying in bed next to me with no marks on her face the morning after she claims I brutally attacked her. An email containing that video was sent to her attorney, Brian Friedman, before the DVRO hearing in 2021. And it was never turned over to us. Perhaps that's why he insisted on adding his name to the released party section in the settlement agreement. There was also a 12-day span of text between Lindsay and 2 of her closest friends immediately following the incident that were deleted. We asked for them in discovery for DVRO. They weren't turned over. We also argued that they must be turned over in the DVRO proceeding. They were not. Lindsay Hill's other law firm, Meyer Olson, Lowy and Myers LLP, who co-represented her, though, through that court process, had them the whole time. So they were withholding information. So that's actually pretty good for Trevor Bauer.
It goes on to say down there too is the reason why he sued her and whatever.
Oh, is there more?
Well, no, someone basically just said here is like the reason.
Oh, gotcha.
Without the court process, Trevor because he sued her.
Yeah,
he would never have had all this information that was concealed from him because you get that in discovery.
Yeah, basically they were just like, hey, let's just settle this. Like we're gonna sue you, so just settle. And Trevor Bauer was like, fuck you, I didn't do anything. I will fight this. And he even admitted in the video, he's like, I spent more money on lawyers than she spent. Like right. I'm not gonna get anything back out of this. We got it. Let's go, baby. Trevor Bauer goes off. This is about 3 minutes, give or take, everybody. So bear with us. We don't play videos often, but we're going to get you going here.
So how might that work?
In a second. I don't know how this works. I'm not a producer, so I don't know. Tim will guide us in. I trust him with my heart. And we're going to play this Trevor Bauer video. And again, that was the chair, not a fart. Please do not hold that against me.
It's a big tragedy when it happened.
Oh, Damar Hamlin. Oh shit, maybe Grape was onto something. They're after us. That alert went off today, and now we got Damar Hamlin talk going on in the X-Files music.
You get to see him in HD. But I have a question.
I love this, guys. This is amazing.
As we all have been following his health and how much we've been rooting for him.
You guys feel that in the arm you got your shot in? I'm starting to feel something.
It's making me hear voices.
I've got blood flow, everybody.
Screen grabs taken throughout the game when they would zoom in on him. I think it's laughable to try to zoom in on someone behind
Another video's
glass
playing. There you go.
who's
Oh,
bundled
there it
up
is.
behind
Oh shit, that's the one
photos.
Kyle sent in last year. We
Yeah.
watched that video. Damn. Well, we figured it. We cracked the case. Damar Hamlin's out to get us. I've never badmouthed him once. I don't know what he's got against me.
We got it now.
We are working on it, guys. Yeah,
That's
we
okay.
had that issue going on, guys. Obviously, we don't want to play double videos for you. So here, without further ado, Timbuktu will be playing the Trevor Bauer video, and you guys hear it for yourselves here. Enjoy.
Next victim, star pitcher for the Dodgers. A text Lindsey Hill sent to a friend before she ever even met me. What should I steal? She asked another in reference to visiting my house for the first time. The answer? Take his money. So how might that work? I'm going to his house Wednesday, she said. I already have my hooks in. You know how I roll. Then, after the first time we met, net worth is 51 mil, she said. Bitch, you better secure the bag, was the response. But how is she going to do that? Need daddy to choke me out, she said. Being an absolute whore to try to get in on his 51 million, read another text. Then, after the second time we met, former Padres pitcher Jacob Nix told her, you got to get this bag. I'll give you 50,000, Lindsay replied. Her AA sponsor asked her at one point, do you feel a tiny bit guilty? Not really, she replied. Since then, her legal team has approached me multiple times about coming to a financial settlement. But as I have done since day one, I refuse to pay her even a single cent. In August of 2021, Lindsey Hill's claims were heard in court. And during those legal proceedings, critical information was deliberately and unlawfully concealed from me and my legal team. Information like this video, which was taken by Lindsey Hill herself the morning after she claimed she was brutally attacked, emotionally traumatized, and desperate to get away from me. And now we have the metadata, so there can be no dispute. It was taken mere minutes before she left my house on the morning of May 16th, 2021, without my knowledge or consent, of course. In it, you can see her lying in bed next to me while I'm sleeping, smirking at the camera without a care in the world, or any marks on her face. I think it paints a pretty clear picture of what actually happened the evening of May 15th and why the video was originally concealed from us. After hearing the evidence available to her, Judge Diana Gold-Saltman found that Lindsey Hill had misled the court. She found her claims to be materially misleading. She denied her request for a domestic violence restraining order, and she found that no sexual assault or non-consensual conduct took
With or
place.
without permission.
Now, some of you might not know
I'm a
about
gentleman.
restraining order hearings. I know I didn't.
I don't have a bag that
I've
she can
since
secure, but
learned
Daddy will
that
choke her.
it's extremely rare for a request for a restraining order to be denied because the standard of proof that you need to obtain one is extremely low. So you can make of that what you will. The fact is, I was never arrested. I was never charged with a crime, and I won the only legal proceeding that took place without my side of the story even being heard. And most importantly, as I've said from day one, I never sexually assaulted Lindsey Hill or anyone else for that matter. So I sued her, which prompted her to countersue me. Quite frankly, regardless of the outcome in court, I've paid significantly more in legal fees than Lindsey Hill could ever pay me in her entire life. And I knew that would be the case going in. But the lawsuit was never about the money for me. It was the only way for me to obtain critical information to clear my name. The discovery process in that lawsuit recently concluded, at which point Lindsey Hill's legal team again came to us with another proposal to resolve the case. This time, however, they weren't seeking any money from me. Having received much of the information that had been hidden from us, a small portion of which I've referenced here, I was willing to agree to the terms proposed. Both parties would drop their respective lawsuits, and neither of us would pay either side any money. I also retained my right to speak publicly about the case, something I have not been at liberty to do since June of 2021. So, as of today, both lawsuits have been settled. Now, over the last 2 years, I've been forced to defend my integrity and my reputation in a very public setting. But hopefully this is the last time I have to do so, as I'd prefer to just remain focused on doing my job, winning baseball games and entertaining fans around the world. So today, I'm happy to be moving on with my life.
And there you have it.
Do you think he actually checked her out though?
Yeah, no, I've heard multiple not accusations, but like other people
how
say
he
that
is.
like, yeah, he's into that kind of shit.
Gives him the old 12-6 curveball.
Yeah, he's into the old donkey punch, quick choke out session, little MMA fucking. I love that
So,
stuff.
If you get lost down the Twitter rabbit hole, you'll see that there's I guess, recent videos of her getting kicked out of a concert, wasted off her fucking ass.
Yeah.
Like talking shit to people and everything. She's crazy.
Which to me, this kind of this and I don't want to get into this because I know we're past 2020 and we're trying to move on as a society, but Black Lives Matter. So I am going to stick with it. Do you think it's kind of fucked up that Trevor Bauer, if you look at everybody on Twitter, everyone's defending him and they're like, this guy is owed an apology. He better sue Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson, same fucking situation happened to that guy. He got accused of a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
They were able to prove nothing. These girls were kind of in the background,
Yeah.
found that they have like incriminating messages of like, oh, I'm going back. I can't wait to see him again and blah, blah, blah. And then they come after him for money. So to me, Deshaun Watson looked pretty innocent. Sure, he got off, but the same with Trevor Bauer.
Yeah.
Trevor Bauer
Many times.
Yeah.
He did.
Trevor Bauer was still fucking these women and still probably, choking, being a little rough, but they were into it. It was consensual. Deshaun Watson did the same thing. You look at any tweet about Deshaun Watson, like he missed the game on Sunday. Every fucking, any tweet that's
The
like
joke.
Deshaun Watson is out for this game with a shoulder injury. Everyone's like,
massage.
oh, but a massage will fix it. Oh, they're making fun of him. But Trevor Bauer, everybody after that video came out is going, oh, I hope he fucking sues Major League Baseball. This guy better get a job and like this and that.
I mean, the only
Crazy.
The only difference is Watson got paid $230 million to play still in the NFL,
And Watson
Bauer
also
is gone.
But Watson got hand jobs,
Sure.
pretty fucking harmless, and as long as you know where you're aiming. He beat up a woman, and people are like, hire this man
I mean, if
immediately.
it's her hand, how can you aim? I don't know. I was just wondering.
If you say like, hey, it's about to blast off, it's up to her to point it in whatever direction she wants it to go in. That's
So
kind of
here's
on
my
you,
question.
It's like a fire hose. You just got to be careful.
I know we're
it's
going
wild.
to not get the apology from Major League Baseball, but does he play another game in Major League Baseball again?
No, he's been blacklisted. Major League Baseball
Got it.
told everybody, do not hire this man because of all the shit that he talked. And they will act like it's because now they can say, well, he's been out of the game for 2 years. He's old. We just want to get younger and cheaper. We don't need him.
He'd still be a good fifth person rotation.
He fully Kaepernicked himself out of the
Yeah.
league.
Oh, we haven't talked about that.
Oh, his letter to the Jets.
His little letter, man. He backpedaled so hard.
I think Colin Kaepernick, it's a shame. 4 or 5 years ago when all this shit was happening to him from the beginning, he should have gotten a job. In my opinion, he should not have been out of football entirely. Look at how the fuck is DTR on a football team and Colin Kaepernick isn't, everybody. Let's be honest. So
you're saying you want Kaepernick over DTR?
no, I'm saying 5 years ago,
okay.
if I had an option
Just
for
trying
a
to get
backup quarterback.
hot take out of you there.
No, not right now. I don't. And Madden, I would probably take Kaepernick over DTR because, Kaepernick's probably still got like a fucking 75 rating or something. But it's a shame that these guys get blackballed because they speak out against something that, corporate America has to just be like, fuck it, we're not touching you.
Yeah. I did like his fuck the man attitude, though. I mean, I did like.
No, I've
listening to
loved
him.
Trevor Bauer.
Him
I was
talking shit like he did. It was great.
so happy that he was a Cleveland Indian at that time because he was honestly my favorite Indian. I loved him. And then he threw that fucking ball over center field in Kansas City, went to the Reds, won a fucking Cy Young, was still dominant, would wear cleats to talk shit about the commissioner. Like, I loved all that. I still was a Trevor Bauer fan. And then he went to the Dodgers, who is my favorite National League team. So I was like, fuck yeah, let's get this dude a ring. And he's out of baseball, of course.
Shit happens.
So what can you do? But I wanted to break that down and show all you guys that.
Craziness. Bitches be crazy.
I got a quick story here we'll go over.
Ooh, time that Justin choked somebody out. Let's go.
Quickly, we'll talk about this now because I'd actually like to save it for Sunday. I want to talk more about this on Sunday.
What, this?
This one.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's a good one to save.
If any of you out there in Pittsburgh has made a burner account on X
More to come Sunday.
in the last few weeks, it's something I want to talk about more with Steel City, but I'll brief you. Matt Canada has been accused of creating a fake X account. Yeah, if you could throw it up. I want to see just the Twitter name. I forgot what it is. Can you read it? Dan Robbins, I think it is. The most fucking basic ass name. Just some dude named Dan Robbins rolled out of bed on Sunday, created a Twitter account from Pennsylvania, which allegedly is linked to an email address that is matt.canada@steelers.com. And
Coincidence?
I think not. And his only objective on there, if you look at him, he's never like made his own tweet. He just does replies where he defends Matt Canada like fucking crazy. It's amazing. I love it. I'm so happy it's happening to Pittsburgh and their season is crumbling.
You
before
know there's
going to
be a hard stance defense on this. But that's
Oh.
that's the reason why we bring it up Sunday, I think.
Yeah, we'll talk way more about this. I just want
However,
everyone
we'd
to
have
see
to
it.
we'd have to explain Twitter to these old guys.
Yeah, they don't understand what X is. It's X. They don't even know what's called Twitter. They've never heard of. If they didn't know Twitter, they definitely don't know what X is.
Probably still have MySpace.
Chipper's gonna be like, X, that's the year that I was born, year 10. Old motherfucker. But they're gonna act like they're embarrassed by it, and they're gonna be like, that's more reason to get rid of this guy. Matt Canada's a bum. They're gonna act like Matt Canada's the reason. But I mean, I have to admit, I read some of the tweets. I agree with this. I agree with Dan Robbins. We'll call him Dan Robbins.
We're taking Dan Robbins' side.
Because one of them said, people were talking shit and saying like Kenny Pickett's not very good, but this offensive play calling's terrible. And he's like, he defends Matt Canada, quote unquote. And he's like, yeah, the offensive line's trash. The quarterback is not going to become Mahomes with a better offensive line. But yeah, let's blame the offensive coordinator on that one. Like, it was pretty fucking
So
funny,
if it
dude.
comes to find out that he admits that, yeah, I did make this account, is he out? I mean, they'd have to fire him, right? Because he's laying on some pretty thick.
Yeah, no, they would have to. It's embarrassing for the organization. But
It's hilarious.
I love the fact that everyone basically knows it's Matt Canada and they're just never going to touch it.
Can't wait to see what happens after next week's game.
With that being said, though, it is time for everybody's favorite segment. It is time for
Hey, it's my favorite segment again.
picks. Let's do some picks. It is time. I am going to try to regain my lead. I've got a couple bets I'm going to show you, motherfuckers. Let's do it. Week 5, bitches. Thursday night football. We've got the Broncos. Oh, I'm on the wrong week. Never mind. We have the Bears and the Commanders. It would help if I was on the right page. It always works. Bears and Commanders. Does anybody want the Bears? Because I know I don't.
No. Give me the Timothy.
Give me the Timothy Washington Commanders buck 2.
Definitely didn't want the Bucks.
Let's go with the big bucks. This is also going to be one of my bet stamps.
Oh, yeah.
I am going with an anytime touchdown for Brian Robinson. I sent that one to Tim. Let's go for it. Right now, the best you can get is bet 365 for plus 100, which is even money. That means if you want to throw a $10 bet down and he scores a touchdown, you win $10. Nice and easy, simple. Speaking of BetStamp, you guys can follow our page if you go to signupexpert.com/TBB. I will say it came in handy last night. So my buddy on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, he tweeted out something and he said, who has the best odds right now? Because I'm not trying to go on all these apps. Honest to God, this is a true story. He literally tweeted, he goes, who has better odds between FanDuel and DraftKings or whatever? Because he's like, I'm sick of trying to go back and forth. So I screenshot BetStamp for the game tomorrow night. And I said, download BetStamp, dude. I'm like, it will literally show you the odds on every fucking app that you can use. I mean, it saves you so much time.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh shit. So we got another sign up yesterday because of me. But again, it's easy. It's all honest. It's true. I'm not doing this just because they sponsor us. It really is. Even when we had a little bit of a lull between BetStamp and ourselves,
using it, yeah.
Yeah, I was still going on, and it wasn't anything bad. It was just they were going through some changes in their organization, and I was using BetStamp all the time. It's so fucking convenient if you bet a lot. It's so convenient. I can go on there and be like, all right, I feel like Justin Jefferson's going to get a touchdown. Let me see who I'm going to win the most money on if he does. And that's why I go on there. Why not try to make the most money? And then I go on there and I'm like, who do I think is going to score a touchdown that I can cash out early and get nothing? Like, obviously, I go to BetStamp because I'm a little bitch. But speaking of that, that is my bet for the week. And again, please go to signupexpert.com/TBB. And that will get you to a website that is exclusively for us here talking about balls. It will get you signed up for any betting app that you want. Look right there. Boom. $100 in credits. $1,500 in credits. $100 in credits.
1,500. Wow.
$1 gets you $365 in bonus bets. $5 gets you $200, and $5 gets you $200 on FanDuel. Dude, look at that. If you haven't signed up for these places yet, what are you waiting for? It's literally free money.
Please join us, degenerates, on the other side of the equation.
Join us and then come on our show or watch our show. Watch me give you the picks. And if Brian Robinson scores a touchdown tomorrow, you guys can all ride with me. Let's go, baby. We're here. We're in it to win it. So that's my one pick. I have another bet that I'm going to make later, and we're going to talk about it when we get to that game.
I've got 2 bets as well. I'll mix them in when we get.
Yeah, mix them in when you got your game, or when you get to the game. And I also have my spread pick for the week. I'm ready for that too. So without further ado, we have another London game. London Bridge is falling down, or whatever the fuck Fergie said in that song. We've got the Jaguars are staying in Buffalo. Or staying in London while the Buffalo Bills are flying across the pond to play another one. I don't think this one's on in Andy's room for Toy Story, which would be fucking badass, but I don't think it is. The Jags against the Bills. I personally am going to go with the Bills. I think they're rolling right now. I think being in London is not going to affect them one bit. Josh Allen is playing like an MVP, and I think that continues. Doesn't matter the country that they're in.
Okay, good pick. I am going to go differ than you. Give me the Jaguars here. I think them staying in London and them Buffalo traveling to London is going to affect a little bit. And I think it's going to be a good game no matter what, but give me the Jaguars to squeak this one out.
This is where Kyle loses his lead, and I'm happy about it.
No.
I think staying in London is a big plus. So I'm gonna have to give it to the Jags as well.
See, I think opposite only because I don't know if you guys saw all the Jags players are fucking pissed. They hate being over there. They're miserable. They said the taxes are outrageous. Like I think they're just fucking mad. And they've been over there a week, mind you. A lot of distractions in another country. They don't see football players all the time. The Bills flying in. They're going to fly home. The Jags are like, hey, we're going to stay here. It's like you've seen Ted Lasso. They're walking around getting called wankers by everybody. They're getting treated like shit.
Hey,
They're getting soccer balls thrown at them because they're like, this is a real sport. You wanka. And they're getting shit thrown at them. They're drinking warm Guinness. Like, it's a fucking lifestyle change. So give me the Bills.
I love how Justin has like a novel for why he's choosing a team.
I have to make justifications for everything I do.
Let me tell you the 5-part article on why I'm taking this
Let
team
me
right
tell
now.
you what's going on in my brain
Let me
and
tell
in
you
my
something,
crazy
brother.
head. I want you all to know. Next game, I have Titans against the Colts. This is a tough one because the Colts have looked good at times. The Colts have looked like shit. The Titans have looked good at times. The Titans have looked like shit. Right now, Vegas has it Titans -2. So they think it's going to be relatively close. This is where I have my next bet stamp pick. And this one is because of what happened last week. Give me fucking Anthony Richardson with an anytime touchdown because all that dude does is score touchdowns with his legs.
Until this week, because Justin.
Until this week, because everyone's going to ride with me. I want everyone to know I will be putting money down on this. Right now, they only have a few of the sites up. So I put it up there.
These are pretty much give me odds right here.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, what is that? 135 for or 115, whatever the fuck that says. I can't read it from here.
Buddy.
Yeah, double your money. And, I'm going for it. I'm going Anthony Richardson, touchdown with his legs. And
Does that mean you're taking the Colts?
the Colts? You could score a touchdown and fucking lose the game. We've seen that before. No, I will. I am going to go with the Colts, though, in this one. I saw enough out of the Titans against the Browns, at least. I just don't think they have it in them. The Colts actually look like a pretty good team. So defensively, at least. Offensively, honestly, I like my buddies are huge Richardson fans, and every week they try to like rub it in my face, and they're like, "Oh, you said he was going to be a bust," and I'm like, "Dude, he's literally passing for like 55%. That's terrible."
No, you could sue him for that.
For what?
Rub it in your face.
Yeah,
That
I'll
is-
try,
it's
but
hashtag me too.
yeah,
I
it
mean,
doesn't end well. I don't want all that going publicly. All the stuff I've had rubbed in my face. I'm not trying to get outed like that. But no, they try. They're like, well, Richardson looks so good. He led that comeback. And I'm like, yeah, but he had like 60 yards passing in the first half. So if he didn't play like complete dog shit in the first half, they had a chance last week. But with that being said, because they're the home team, the spread is very close. I'm going to take the Colts.
I am also going to take the Colts on this one.
Okay.
I thought about making this my double down pick, but I got a better one coming up.
Yeah, actually, that would make sense if I was very confident because they're getting points. So if I'm thinking the Colts are going to win, saying them +2 is a no-brainer. I have one too. I think we're going to be on the same page. I have a weird feeling.
Yeah, I think so too.
I really do now that I'm thinking about it. Tim, what say you, my friend?
Give me the Colts.
Colts it is.
Colts sweep across the board.
Next up, we have the Saints and the Patriots. Patriots coming off a shellacking at home. Saints look like complete dog shit. Derek Carr is banged up. In New England, give me the Patriots.
Yeah, I got to take the Patriots here as well. Close game, so only 1 point spread at least was what I'm seeing here.
Yeah,
But,
Vegas is kind of like these two teams suck. We don't even know who the fuck's going to come out on top here.
Patriots fucked me so hard, boss.
Patriots fucked you so hard.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. So you're taking the Saints?
The Saints fucked me too hard too.
Same with me. That's why I don't want to take them anymore. If anything, I'm taking Bill Belichick at home after that ass beating he got. He is going to fucking set an example on the Saints.
Yeah, give me the Patriots.
Let's go. Clean sweeping for everybody.
I think the clean sweep's going to continue in this game.
Next up, Ravens at Steelers. Kenny Pickett got hurt after in their ass beating against against the Texans last week. I am going to go with the Ravens, and I'm going with the Ravens -4 as my double down pick of the week.
Oh, we are not the same then.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the Baltimore offense is too good. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers offense is fucking trash. I think the Ravens defense is legit. They are really going to shut down that Pittsburgh offense, and they're going to have no trouble scoring and winning this game easily.
I agree. Give me the Ravens here as well.
I saw Tim flying away over there, so I think we're all going birds. There we go, baby. Edgar Allan Poe, quote the Raven, nevermore.
Never Mo.
So that's an easy one there. Nobody's got their bonus picks yet. Let's go. Panthers at Lions, Detroit -10 on Fox Sunday 1:00. Does anybody want the Panthers?
No. Give me the Lions.
Give me the Lions, and I'm gonna just take the easy double on this one.
You're going -10?
You think they're going to beat them by 10?
I think they're gonna be more than 10.
Okay. Hey, you're doing it. All right. I'll put that in there. Detroit -10. Let's
Double
go.
down.
All right. I love it. Bold fucking choice, Tim. That's a bold one. I like it. Next up, Giants and Dolphins. This is one where it gets a little questionable too. Does anybody want the Giants first and foremost? And does Kyle want that spread of -11?
No.
Because they very well might cover that easily.
They might. Yeah, they'll cover that easily. I don't want it to.
Miami across the board.
Yeah.
Finkel, Einhorn, Finkel. Bengals at Cardinals, -3 Cincinnati. Vegas is thinking Cincy might go in there and turn the ship around. I think they do. I think they fuck. I don't know. This is a tough one. I'm gonna let somebody else go first. I don't even
I'm
know.
taking the Cards here because fuck the Bengals.
I kinda want
just
to.
don't think they have it in them. I think they're just beat.
Where we
And
at?
I think you skipped a game too.
Where are they?
Oh, I did. Good call. Texans Falcons. I missed that game.
But it's Cardinals against the Bengals. I just don't
So
see the
they're
Bengals have them.
they're in
Cardinals.
Cincy.
No, they're in.
It's in Arizona.
Spread right now is 3. It's
Yeah.
4 Cincy.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cardinals.
Give me the Cardinals.
All right. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals as well because I can't pick Cincy. They suck. They literally look like the worst team in football.
They're gonna win this game.
100% because we just clean swept them. So that's happening. And yeah, I did skip a game. I feel like I know which way Kyle's going to use this one for his double down.
Yep.
He's going twice in a row
Twice in a row
with
back
the
to back,
Houston
baby.
Texans. They are underdogs. They are -2.
Give me
Or the
those
Falcons
Texans.
are minus
Give me those Texans +2.
Texans Falcons. I am taking the Texans to win this game outright. I wrote Tex. I meant to write
Tex.
Houston.
Tex.
I'm gonna ride with you, Dub.
I'm going with Houston for sure. Oh shit. You're
Wow.
going Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay. The Dirty Birds. I
Double
respect
me
it.
down. Double me down.
After
Texans
watching them
+2.
play, they're coming home from London and they looked like shit. They're on they're fucking jet lagged and they sucked last week. They're just a bad team. So give me Houston as well. And Kyle is taking Houston +2. I almost thought about doing that one, but I was like, I feel like Kyle's got something. He's got some new love for CJ Stroud and
I
the
do.
Texans.
Boys, I did draft. I picked him up in one of my leagues and rode them last week. He helped.
And yeah, he's throwing nothing but fucking dimes. So
Yeah.
good for him.
Good bet.
Eagles at Rams.
What? Bet what? Oh yeah, put my bet up. Sorry.
Oh, my bad.
Speaking of my bet, here we go. Passing yards. CJ Stroud over 244, so 245. Not many odds out yet, but right now going with the I've parlay play. Never heard.
You're
of that
going
before.
over? I never have either.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a new one. That's an option that popped up. I am going over. I think he'll throw over 245 yards that game. -117. I'm sure that's probably going to stay around the same when more options come out. But yeah, give me CJ Stroud over 245 yards this Sunday against the Falcons.
Do it to it. Kyle is a huge Eagles or Texans fan.
Yes. Or this Stroud fan.
Next game, Eagles at Rams. Does anybody want the Rams? Cooper Kupp is supposedly coming back. That's a long way to travel.
Is he going to cut?
They said he'll be practicing and he'll be ready to go.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm taking
They got Puka Nakua or however the fuck you say his name,
Puka.
who's the new Cooper Kupp.
Puka the Poopy.
I will take the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm taking Eagles here too.
They are favored by Vegas by 4.5 points.
Was that a fart? Oh, you're dying.
Is that an eagle or a dying ram? I can't tell.
The Ram is gonna hit by a car. He's dying.
It's a Dodge Ram dying. Next up, Jets at Broncos. This game, I'm not going to lie to you, is fucking tough. The Jets defense is good. I'll give them that. The Jets offense has been dog shit for most of the time with Zach Wilson. Looked good last week. Don't know if that continues. In Denver, you've got that Denver air, harder to breathe. Russell Wilson stinks. The Broncos stink. I don't know. This is a tale of two pieces of shit. I don't know who I want.
It's a good child story.
I am probably, this is the prison inmate game of the week for sure. I am probably going to have to just go with the home team. Give me, I don't know. Fuck me.
I'm going with Denver because their Jets offense is definitely bad. and maybe they can,
Russ can score. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah,
Like, he's
so-
won a Super Bowl before.
Yes.
He's been an MVP candidate.
And
Like,
I keep saying this, but they can't continue to play bad, right?
no, but they also
Right.
just gave up 28 points to Justin Fields.
I'm taking the
Yeah.
Broncos here too. Just the home game, home team. Go with the
That's
home
that's
team.
where I'm at. It's close. I want to go with the Jets, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, they fucking suck. I can't pick them. Give me Denver. Horses for everybody.
Horses
Next up,
all around.
Chiefs at Vikings. Vikings looking to continue their turnaround. They can score like nobody's business. However,
Does Tay make a trip to Minnesota? Nah, it's too. That's
no,
not,
maybe she'll perform at the Mall of America, get some shopping in, get an American Girl doll or something like that, and then head over to the game to watch Travis Kelce. Give me the Chiefs,
Yeah,
though. I got to go
Chiefs.
with the team until they prove me otherwise. I can't pick against them.
absolutely.
Everybody in agreement there?
Yes.
Tomahawk chopping over there, Tim.
Tomahawk chopping.
Let's go. Cowboys 49ers, the Sunday night
gonna be a
football
fun
game.
game to
Spoiler
watch.
alert, the Cowboys on primetime again, but this is actually a good game. I'm not gonna lie. This one's fun. Vegas has San Fran -4. You've got a battle of two really good defenses, a battle of one really good offense, and one Jekyll and Hyde offense in the Cowboys. With that being said, give me the Niners. I think they're just a better team, better coach.
Yeah, give me the 49ers. That defense.
They're just like
good.
the Chiefs for me, where until proven otherwise, I can't bet against them.
Yep.
Purdy.
Purdy game.
I hope it's pretty ugly and I can go to bed at like 11 and ends early. That'd be nice instead of having to stay up till almost midnight. And then Monday Night Football, we've got a real shit show. The Packers against the Raiders. Does anybody give a single fuck about that game? I sure don't.
I do not.
Give me
I'm taking the cheesehead. Taking the
I was-
cheeseheads.
thinking about that myself. I think the Raiders are just trash. They're bad. They're a bad football team. The Packers are at least Jordan Love's not great, but they've got some veterans on that team. I think they have a better head coach, so I got to go with them. Give me Green Bay or give me death. I'm just kidding. I'm not staking my life on
say
that.
that shit on this show.
I'm allowed to say it about myself. What do I care? I'll be dead. I wouldn't even know I did it.
You said that, but I was gonna go with the Raiders. So I don't know if
All
I should
right,
do it.
It's okay. You could put a hex on me. I don't mind one bit.
Tim, your record tells us that you know what you're talking about. So
Yes, I don't want Justin to die.
Yeah, if you take the Raiders, I've never
Give me the
felt
Raiders.
safer. I've never felt
Give me
safer.
the Raiders.
All right. And those are your week 5 picks. We have reached everyone's favorite segment, the end of the show. We went a little long today, and that's okay. And it is time for Just the Tip. Start us off, my friend Timbuktu.
I don't have a picture for mine.
just your beautiful face.
But so if you guys heard me talk about being on the Michael Collier show earlier in the show, it was an amazing time and I did very well. Michael Collier told me that he didn't think I would be funny,
Really? What a dick.
and I changed his mind.
Did
said
he,
it wouldn't be funny.
did he know
No.
you in advance?
No, he didn't know me, and he didn't say it prior to me going on.
I would've
He
told
ju- it
him
was just
politely,
his,
go fuck yourself.
It was his prejudgment, like, just looking. He was just like, I don't know if it's gonna be funny. You know me, I'm laid back. I'm not coming in like high energy.
Yeah.
And when he heard me, they instantly was in love. I don't know if you guys seen the clip. I'll show you after.
I was watching it this morning when you posted it.
Yeah. But it was a great time. It was phenomenal, man.
I would have ended it with, I'd be like, I don't think you're funny, motherfucker. And I would have hung up on him just to be a dick. But no, then you wouldn't be welcome back. You don't want to do that.
Right. So I'll be back in 3 weeks. The 24th of October, I will be back on the Michael Collier show.
Hell yeah, dude. Congratulations. Same time?
man.
Same time.
Okay.
I'll probably have the flyer next week or week after.
Beautiful.
Either way, I will make sure to show it on here before it's over. But yeah, man, I'm stoked. I'm happy to be in that type of light with that legend. And to make him laugh, it made me feel good. So
Hell yeah, dude. Congratulations. You did a great job on that. That's exciting that you're going to be back on.
yeah, I'm pumped about it, bro. Like
Hell yeah.
It was amazing. It was like one of the greatest times I ever had.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome. Really quick, Kyle, before you go,
Yes, sir.
I want to do something because I don't want anybody else quitting Redline. I forgot to do the show schedule. So let me start that off really quick.
my
Steel
God.
City running late,
Oh my
10
God.
to noon, loud and local from 7:30 to 9:30. Timbuk Tuesday, don't miss them 6 to 8. Live on location with Gary Winter from 6 to 10. Stop making me laugh. Broad Street South 8 to 9. Talking about balls 7 to 9. The face that runs the place. The Lex Vegas show 7 to 8. I went from top to bottom. I should have done that. That guy Dub from 3 to 4. Check him out. Great interviews every week. Broad Street South, 8 to 9. Then nothing until Saturday morning, unscripted, 10 a.m. till 12 p.m. with Dave, Adam, Chipper, in any formation. Too much information from 5 to 8 on Saturday nights, and Comedy and Cocktails with Jen from 8:30 to 9:30. And that is the Redline Radio Show schedule. Again, I didn't need anybody leaving Redline for any reasons.
We care about each other here. And now there's more.
I couldn't help it.
My tip of the week is a new show. It's on Netflix. Came out, I believe, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I don't know. Either way, it's called Wrestlers. It is a documentary, Netflix series. I don't even call it. It's 10 episodes.
It's called a Netflix series.
It's a Netflix series. It says it right there in this picture. Look at that. If you remember Al Snow from back in the day,
Head, give me head. How could I
does
forget?
everybody want head?
When I was little, I had no idea what that meant.
Really?
I literally thought I was like, oh, cool, mannequin heads. I don't know. I'm like yelling it around my house, and I have no fucking idea that I'm talking about oral sex the entire time.
So before there was an NXT, there used to be there was Ohio Valley. It's OVW.
It's Ohio Valley Wrestling. Yeah.
So they basically were the ones that fed WWE a lot of the big talent. John Cena, Batista,
I think
Randy
Orton. Yeah.
all came through OVW, and it was a big one. But then NXT they broke off and did their own thing. So Al Snow manages OVW. He's the one that writes the stories. He's the one who puts on the shows. So this kind of goes behind the scenes. They're building up to their main event, the WrestleMania for the year. It goes behind the scenes to some wrestlers, their problems, their issues. They're getting funded by a big news channel person down there in Kentucky. It's in Kentucky, but it talks about the ups and downs, and it's kind of a nice peel the curtain back. I mean, we know someone in the wrestling business, so we kind of know what happens anyways behind the scenes.
Sure.
But for those who don't understand what happens behind the scenes, this is a good show to watch. If you like wrestling and you want to see kind of how things go on, the stories, how they put a lot of effort into it just to get to it, the struggles of trying to sell out a show, the money trying to pay wrestlers, not paying wrestlers, it's worth watching. Episodes are 45 minutes long. They focus each episode, like the first part of the episodes, like on a certain wrestler they're showcasing. There is a wrestler that wrestles on the show that I guess is now in talks with WWE now at the end of this.
No shit.
Being talked about coming in for some developmental tryouts and stuff. But it's worth watching. If you like wrestling, it's a good show to watch.
Hell yeah, I have it on my list. You texted me about it earlier today.
Yeah.
And I saw it on there. It looked really interesting. I actually started watching Band of Brothers. So I'm getting through that.
I saw that on there.
I've never seen it. I know it was big. It was on HBO. I think it was one season, and it was made from like the people that made, Saving Private Ryan. I really like that movie.
I've heard about Band of Brothers and gotten good reviews. I've never watched it.
So far, so good. I'm like 4 or 5 episodes in.
I just started watching Ballers.
Oh, with The Rock?
Yeah.
I've seen it before?
I've only watched first 4 episodes when it was on HBO. I never.
Okay, so that was a show that was like when it was on Sunday nights. I was watching it live every week.
So I'm watching it now. I just finished.
Really good
I
show.
just finished season 1. So many tits, and I'm a huge fan.
Oh yeah, I mean he's lived down in Miami. By the way, it's one of the most fucking far-fetched shows you'll ever see. Where
Ballers.
You have The Rock, who is this fucking spoiler alert. He pops a bunch of fucking pain pills all the time. He's like fucking chicks all over the place. He's like an ex-player, but now he's gonna like be a GM.
Yeah.
Like that's not how you get into being a
spoiler.
GM.
I just thought he was an agent.
Or maybe he is. I don't remember. No, I'm
Oh,
thinking of
ruined
Paul
it.
Shear.
Oh, okay. Oh, Posh. You talking about the guy who
The bald or not
yeah.
Paul Shear.
the guy from West Wing?
No. I'm thinking of I'd have to look him up. I can't remember his name. He's the bald guy. Rob Cordroy.
Yeah.
That's him.
He
They do something.
ruined
I
the
don't remember.
entire show for me.
No, I didn't.
I'm just-
No, trust me, there's bigger twists and shit like that. But it's just very far fetched. As a guy who kind of knows football industry a little bit, not that accurate. It's like movie draft day. A little fucking far fetched. My tip for the week is we are obviously in spooky season. I'm wearing my Conjuring shirt today.
Good movie.
This is in the Conjuring universe. I was able to watch it yesterday. It came out on demand. The Nun 2 came out. I personally was not a big fan of the original Nun movie when it came out. The Nun, however, was fucking awesome in the Conjuring 2 when she was first introduced. And The Nun 2 came out. I wanted to see it in theaters. My wife's kind of a dickhead. Never got out of the house to go see it with me. So I waited.
Way to go, Dick.
Yeah, she's a fucking asshole. I remember when it first came, it literally came out. We had nothing to do that Friday night. And I texted her and I'm like, hey, let's go see The Nun this weekend. Like, I'll get us tickets. She's like, no, I'm not really feeling it. Like, you dick. And
Should've
I never
left
got
the
to go
oven on
see it.
again.
I thought that's why I left it on. This was after. that was spite.
That was right.
Yeah, but The Nun 2, I was like, I'm not going to be home. What do I care if she walks into a burning house? That's her problem.
Ew.
But The Nun 2 came out. I watched it yesterday again. The original Nun, I wasn't that big of a fan of, but it's kind of weird. When I first watched it, I didn't like it. I watched it a second time. I was kind of like, all right, that wasn't that bad. Then I just watched it a third time not that long ago. And I was like, actually, it's not a bad movie. It's not terrible. Doesn't live up to The Conjuring by any stretch, but it's a good movie. The Nun 2, though, was really cool, but you kind of have to see all the movies to understand because it does play directly off of the original Nun, so you have to see it.
We watched the original Nun in the drive-in.
Yeah.
Not a good place to watch it because
It's so
such a
dark.
movie.
And this one also, so I make sure your TV like has some good black lighting because it's fucking dark. But it was a really good movie. It's just a lot of jump scares. It's in the Conjuring universe. It tells us the tale of if you remember from the beginning of The Conjuring 2, they show the video of the guy getting an exorcism.
Yeah.
And he has the cross like sticking out of his body. That plays into this movie because this is kind of where the Warrens start to interact with the people. So and that's not spoiling anything by any stretch. That happens in the movie already. So really good, really fun. Again, it's spooky season. All I'm doing is watching horror movies these days. So my goal is to watch all the brand new horror movies that I can get my fucking hands on. And if they're good, they will be my tip of the week. It's like Tim doing his comedy for, my tip of the week is going to be very predictable for the rest of the month of October, more than likely. Just a heads up. With that being said, I've got nothing. We're 10 minutes after. I'd like to get home. Speaking of spooky shit, the new season of the show Chucky starts tonight, and I can't wait to go home and watch that. It starts at 10 o'clock.
Chucky.
Such a good show.
Cannot wait. This one takes place in the Oval Office. They brought back Devin Sawa again. They kill him off in every season, and he keeps coming back as a different character, and I fucking love it. It's hilarious. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate you watching it, man. We'll be on Steel City on Sunday morning. If you guys get up and have nothing to do, fuck. He better have a TV. Dave, I'm calling you out right now. You better have that fucking London game playing while I'm sitting here. I didn't even think about that.
No
I'm missing
TV.
football. Fuck. Dave, bring a TV. I'm going to tell him that. I want to watch that goddamn game. Or I'll have it on my phone. So when he asks me a question, I'll just be like, what? Can you repeat that? I'm watching football.
Hold
Bitch.
on, Jackson with the score.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week. We're going to have to tell you guys about some schedule issues we have coming forward over the next couple of months. Not that big of a deal. We're going to work around it. I've got my anniversary coming up on a Wednesday this month. So obviously the old ball and chain isn't going to let me come to a show. So we're going to figure it all out. And
You can come on the show.
yeah, that'll be the day. That'll be a cold day in hell, Tim. We'll be
Just
out to
make it
dinner.
the anniversary show.
No, she's going to make me take her to a fancy restaurant, spend $200 on dinner. That's what's going to happen, which I think I'm going to the Strip in Avon, actually. I've heard good things. After talking to Jeff about it, I think I'm going there.
Get reservations early.
Yeah, no, I definitely will. I've got a few weeks. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it as always. We will be back next week. Have a great one. Detroit Auto Parts is the official parts store of Redline Radio.